game brought to you locally by Kentucky Farmers Bank, Giovanni's Wholesale, Primary Plus, Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, Desco Federal Credit Union, Toyota of Ashland, Community Trust Bank, Members Choice, Food Fair, Metro Community Federal Credit Union, Ashland Milling Company, Kelly Galloway, Smith Goolsby, and McLeod's Body Shop. And now with all the play-by-play action, Tyler Rowland.
And good afternoon, everybody. Tyler Rowland here, coming to you live from Pikeville High School as we are getting ready for the championship game of the Pikeville Invitational Tournament, as Ashland tonight will take on the Panthers of Pikeville. Both teams coming into this one with a 6-0 record. We sure have a lot to talk about. These two teams, they play contrasting styles of basketball. Ashland, of course, a team you see that rely on their athleticism. The Tomcats, who have put up 99 and 93 points in their last two games, but Pikeville has been quite a force on the offensive end this year as well. They put up 102 on Rowland. They put 80-plus up in two others this year. So you have two teams that can score the basketball. Ashland, who is athletic, can shoot, but they do a great job getting to the rim and pushing tempo from Pikeville's end. They're a team that shoots the three ball extremely well. Their style, it reminds me some of like how they play, kind of like the 2020 Tomcats in the sense that they pass the ball around a lot. They shoot the three. They don't have a real tall presence or a real big presence that can make physicality, but they can shoot the basketball, and they play great as a team. Not to mention, how they differ, of course, from that team. They run a trapping defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. We're going to take a break and come back shortly. We are going to have on Elisha Justice, head coach of Pikeville, here when we come back on 97.9 The River.
Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been providing accounting, tax, and attest services for the tri-state community and across the United States. Since 1951, individuals, medical practices, attorneys, corporations, Main Street businesses, local schools, and governments have relied on us for expert advice, tax preparation, and attest services. With offices in Ashland and Cincinnati, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby are here for your accounting and tax needs. For over 70 years, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been there for businesses in our community. They're here for yours too. Call them and let Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby provide for the future of your business.
Hey Tomcats fans, with spring just around the corner, Ashland Milling Company is your one-stop shop for everything you need. For your yard, they offer 50-pound bags of weed and feed for only $39.95 and 50-pound bags of crabgrass preventer for $34.95. And don't forget about your garden. Ashland Milling boasts the largest selection of bulk garden seeds in the tri-state. Ashland Milling Company would like to say thanks for letting them serve you for over 150 years. Go Tomcats!
Metro Community Federal Credit Union now brings you all the tech that big banks have, but still has that personal touch of a member-owned community credit union. Apple Pay? Got it. Digital wallet? Yep. Message pay by text, online loan payments, even chatting with a real person, not a bot. Open accounts, sign documents, and manage your money all online. It's the big bank tech you need from the local community-minded credit union you trust. Metro Community FCU. Visit metrocommunityfcu.com today.
2025 has been a challenging year. Our customers have dealt with a severe inflation in the food industry, and we understand that, and we have reacted to that with the onset of our new Food Club label and our Craven Flavor labels. You have many opportunities of where to spend your food dollar, and we just consider it an absolute privilege when you choose to spend it with us. To all the members of the Food Fair family, customers, employees, we like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous and Happy New Year.
The Tomcats play here, 97.9 The River.
With Panther head coach, I'm with Elisha Justice, and Elisha, it's good to see you here. And first off, I want to say thank you to you, to Lucas Burchett, the athletic director, just for a wonderful experience here. Wonderful time at the Pikeville Invitational Tournament, and hope to be back. It was an amazing experience, and especially starting out because I'm still learning all the radio equipment, so you guys were so helpful with that. And first off, let's talk a little bit about your team and and what to expect. Talk about the philosophy and the style of ball that you guys play.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys being here, and it's been a fun, exciting tournament so far, and I'm really excited about this team. They just, for the most part, I feel like we play really hard, and it's, our effort and our defense has kind of carried us, and I think we've got a lot of potential once we figure things out offensively and exactly how we need to play and start making all the right reads and right plays. I think we've got a chance to be pretty good, and so obviously we're excited to play Ashland, tonight. Always one of the top teams across the state, and be a really good measuring stick for us, see where we're at, and give us something maybe that we've got to work on going forward.
You guys come in tonight a record of 6-0 and some tough competition here, and talk about your players and who have stood out for this team. I know in particular, of course, we mentioned Carter Parsons beforehand and his 11 threes against Rowan. Wow.
Yeah, Carter, he really got in the zone the other night, and he was feeling good. Once he seen the first couple go in, it was like the basket just kept getting bigger to him, and, managed to tie the school record and hit 11 threes in that game. And, it's crazy when you got another guy alongside him in Jackson Keene who's got the same capability of, on the right night, he could do the exact same thing. So it's good to have those kind of weapons, and hopefully we can get those guys going a little bit tonight. But, you've also got Grant Hall, who's been our defensive anchor. His intensity and just plays harder than anybody, and he's always trying to make something happen, and getting hands on everything, and what we call, he makes winning plays. So he's been huge for us in that regard. And then you got Mark Bowling's been playing really good for us, and running the show from the point, and Cole Sloan, who, gosh, he's been getting rebound after rebound, and he's also a tough matchup one-on-one, a guy we feel like can get in the paint when he wants to, and he's able to get downhill and create for others. So I'm really excited about this team, and guys coming off the bench just gave us a big boost as well.
Mm-hmm. And what are your keys to beating Ashland today?
I think we have to have our best transition defense performance of the year. I think the way Ashland gets the ball out and pushes it so quick, and they too just have so many offensive weapons, so they're going to be a really tough matchup, really hard to guard. Hopefully our guys are up for that challenge, and like I said, we're just going to have to do a really good job, I think, of keeping them out of transition and try to make everything tough for them.
Mm-hmm. My last question for you, Elisha. You came to, as an honor, joy meeting you in 2021 when you guys came to the Ashland Invitational, and I know, of course, your background. You won Mr. Basketball in 2010, a state championship, and you've been very successful as a head coach. And what advice do you give to people? Because I know you probably get a lot that come up to you and want to follow in your footsteps.
Yeah, I would say it depends on how good you want to be. I think there's a lot of people out there who, they've got big dreams and they want to play at the next level, but not everybody is willing to do what's required to play at the next level. So, there's a lot that goes into it, from a strength and conditioning standpoint, getting your body right, and then hours upon hours, just skill development, working on your craft in the gym. And again, I say it just depends on how good you want to be, but because it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. So it's just a lot of hard work and dedication.
All right, Coach Justice, thank you for coming on. We'll be back here on 97.9 The River.
Tired of seeing those dings, dents, and scratches on your car? Then you need to see McLeod's Body Shop, your trusted partner for all things auto repair and restoration for 45 years. At McLeod's Body Shop, they're not just in the business of fixing cars, they're in the business of turning heads. Their team of skilled technicians are dedicated to bringing your vehicle back to its prime, no matter the make or model. From minor touch-ups to major overhauls, McLeod's Body Shop has you covered. McLeod's Body Shop says, go Tomcats.
At Members Choice Credit Union, we believe your money should give you choices. That's why we've created My Choice accounts. Checking, cashback, and savings designed to match the way you live. Whether you're focused on building savings, managing your day-to-day spending, or planning ahead for the future, My Choice gives you the flexibility to do it your way. Take control and make choices that fits you best. Members Choice Credit Union, your money, your future, your choice. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, located at 230 16th Street in Ashland, is a great place to go for scrumptious home-style cooking and a friendly family atmosphere. Choose from a menu featuring yummy breakfast, tasty soups, salads, sandwiches, and entrees, and don't miss their mouth-watering daily specials. Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen's open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., closed on Sunday. Come on down and enjoy a delicious home-cooked meal at Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, 230 16th Street in Ashland.
Primary Plus is invested in your health and invested in the health of our communities. With over 14 primary care locations throughout our network, including locations in Ashland, Grayson, South Shore, Vanceburg, and Moorhead, we are more than just a healthcare provider. We are a doctor in the family, caring for every stage of life, including pediatrics, women's health, primary care, mental health, and on-site pharmacies that are open with affordable pricing and exceptional service. Primary Plus is always welcoming new patients. Visit primaryplus.net to learn more about our mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care.
The Tomcats play here. 97.9 The River.
Here from Pikeville High School, I'm with Ryan Bonner, head coach of the Ashland Tomcats. And Ryan, get ready to compete for a championship tonight against Pikeville, and definitely been playing some good basketball, and hopefully that'll continue.
Yeah, we're really excited. Our guys are really amped up for this one. I think it's going to be a great environment against a really good Pikeville team. And, anytime you get the opportunity to play for a championship, you got to have an all-out mindset. And, our guys are going to have 3 consecutive days off when we get through tonight. So my message to them this morning in our shoot-around was, why would you leave anything in the tank at this point? You got Christmas right around the corner. You're going to have 3 consecutive days off. There's no reason to leave anything in your tank when that final horn blows tonight. And I think our effort and intensity on both ends of the floor has been very consistent through these first 6 games, and we just got to maintain that tonight.
And talking about the Expression Prep game a little bit, again, 55-53 in the third quarter, and we closed the game out on a 40-15 run. And of course, we know a lot about Expression Prep. That's no slouch at all. Definitely a good run for the team.
Yeah, they were. Expression Prep gave us everything that they had, especially. We jumped out on them early, but they were able to kind of withstand our first blow, and they punched back, and it was kind of back and forth through 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, I thought we just took our effort to a whole nother level, and I thought a lot of that was ignited by Elijah Neal and his hustle on the defensive end. And what's unique about this bunch, I'm learning, is that sometimes it just takes one effort-based play or one multiple effort play to kind of energize and fire up everybody else, and it kind of elevates our guys to a whole nother level. And I think that's kind of what happened last night. And when we're defending the way that these guys are coached to defend, with our offensive firepower, we have the chance to go on some pretty spectacular runs that are fun to watch and very exciting to watch for sure.
And with Pikeville, they run a variety of schemes, a variety on defense especially, it seems like. Talk about what you see with them and the threats they present.
Yeah, they're going to give us multiple looks, and they pressure just about out of every single one of those. I've seen half-court 2-2-1, half-court 1-2-2. I've seen a half-court 1-3-1, all of which they trap out of. I've seen run and jump, full-court man. They really try to speed you up and force you into making quick, ill-advised decisions. They're very active with their hands on defense. Grant Hall, their point guard, junior point guard, is extremely pesky and active on the defensive end, and really their team kind of takes on his spirit defensively. And they really want to try to force turnovers and quick, ill-advised shots to create a little bit more offense for them on the other end. Offensively, I think they're led by Jackson Keene and Carter Parsons, 2 lights-out shooters. Carter Parsons hit 11 threes against Rowan County the other night. So those 2 can fill it up. So, to me, the keys to this game, they're very, very fast in transition. So defensively, we're just going to have to get a body to a body and get matched up early and declare the basketball. And then the next phase of that is we got to locate Keene and Parsons. We can't give them range, room, and rhythm threes. We got to find and locate those guys and stick to them, and know where they're at all times within a defensive possession. And then kind of just keep that pressure on the three-point line, and then just hold them to one tough one and get the rebound. And offensively, we just can't let them take it from us. We have got to take care of the basketball, and I think that we can do that by just maintaining our spacing, because I think it'll be really difficult for them to trap us if we maintain our spacing.
And this is a rare game where it actually seems like we have an advantage with size, which I know that doesn't say a huge amount. I mean, the 2020, technically everyone had an advantage with size on that team, but they finished 33-0. But what are your thoughts on that and how it could factor in?
Yeah, it's a pretty even keel matchup size-wise. They do have Cole Wilson, number 10, who has some size to him and some athleticism to him. But I do think that 1 through 5 we have the advantage when it comes to length. And my hope is that that'll allow us to force tough contested twos that'll allow us to get quick rebounds and set our run game up. But yeah, we're really not used to having that advantage going into a game. But this will be an interesting test for us. Just like Paintsville, this will be a tough environment. And we're going to have to manage some adversity throughout the course of this game, and that could be a variety of different things. That could be the officials, that could be the crowd, that could be our own selves. We're going to have to really battle through some things, and this game is what I was hoping for when we elected to play in this tournament. I was hoping that this was the matchup that we would find ourselves in, because I think that that we're going up against a very well coached team. I think we're going up against a team that has a really good, strong culture of winning, and they're going to fight. They're not going to back down, and that's the kind of basketball that we want to see at this point in our season.
All right. Well, Coach Bonner, thank you so much for coming on, and we'll be back here shortly here on 97.9 The River.
Drive home a winner all season long with your trusted Toyota dealer, Toyota of Ashland. Visit them at 3503 Winchester Avenue, Ashland, Kentucky. Give them a call at 606-744-2727 or visit them at toyotaofashland.com. They look forward to seeing you soon.
This holiday season, Patriot Rentals and Supply in Patriot, Ohio wishes you peace, joy, and a very Merry Christmas. From equipment rentals to everyday supplies, they're here to help you wrap up the year right. Merry Christmas from Patriot Rentals and Supply.
Looking for something more from your personal checking account? Then one of our new Community Trust Advantage checking accounts might be right for you. Our Advantage checking accounts offer great features such as ID Protect, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, travel and leisure discounts, and shopping rewards, which makes it easier for you to save money on everyday purchases. Learn more at ctbi.com. Get more out of your checking. Open an account today. Our friendly, professional staff at one of our many branches will be happy to assist you.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
You just can't stop once you've tried Scraggle Pop. Scraggle Pop kettle corn has become a favorite snack throughout the tri-state area, and they are now expanding beyond. This Christmas season, come visit Scraggle Pop at the Huntington Mall or get it from Food Fair and a number of great tri-state retailers. They have an assortment of delicious flavors like cinnamon, caramel, Chicago blend, and of course the original blend of kettle corn that started it all. Grab your favorite kettle corn blend along with frozen sweet tea, lemonade, or hot apple cider. Take home a beautiful Christmas tin for yourself or as a gift for family and friends. Scraggle Pop also offers many sports team tins for the sports fan in your life. So check them out today at the Huntington Mall. Scraggle Pop now ships nationwide. Visit their website at scragglepop.com to send your loved ones a tin of their favorite flavor. You just can't stop once you've tried Scraggle Pop. scragglepop.com.
Ashland Tomcat basketball action on 97.9 The River.
And we're back about just under 7 minutes until the opening tip-off. And again, this is a team with Pikeville that's going to present quite a challenge. I watched them play 2 nights ago against Rowan County, a game they won 102-51, a game where Carter Parsons hit 11 three-pointers. They've got a couple guys that can really score the basketball. but they play really well as a team. They're not overly athletic. They don't have anybody that has a ton of height, but that's how they operate. Coach Justice has done a fantastic job here. He's been here since 2016, and they're no stranger to the state tournament under his watch. They've been there in 2017, 2018, and again in 2022. That 2022 season, they were also part of the Ashland Invitational Tournament. But it's a great gym here, T.W. Oliver Memorial Gymnasium, the home of the Panthers, and you see a lot of maroon here. Both schools who sport the maroon, and I mean there's a lot of, as I mentioned yesterday, quite a few banners up here. I'm looking at their boys cheerleading team and then their track teams. They have some of these banners, and they're almost filled up with championships. A lot of proud tradition here at Pikeville, and no doubt, hopefully we get to have them back in the AIT one year and have them back. They've been an absolute treat to work with here. We're going to talk a little bit about the Panthers and their team. They're 6-0 right now, coming in, as I mentioned, and they can score. They can score a lot, too. This is a team we're talking about that averages 77 points per game on the year, and they allow 50. So this is a team that has outscored their opponents by a lot. Their journey started on December 4th. They opened up with a 59-35 win on the road against Knox County Central. We've seen them a time or two over the years. The Patriots are coached by Jeff Honeycutt and are in the 14th region. Lee County, they defeated 89-29 in their second game, another 14th region opponent. Then they would have their home opener where they would defeat Lawrence County 71-70. There was one poll I saw Lawrence County ranked as high as number 17 in the state. Then they would travel to Rowland County to play Moore out of the 6th region, where they would defeat them 82-3. The following week, they would play against Rowland County and starting the Pikeville Invitational, a game that I mentioned they won by a score of 102-51. And then last night against Pendleton County, it was a bizarre game. They won that one 57-44. They started leading 10-2 about midway through the first quarter. And I didn't keep track of the times, but it probably stayed that way for a while. And then all of a sudden, the Pendleton County goes on a 14-2 run to take a 16-12 lead. Pikeville would score just before the end of the half to make it 16-14. It was tight in the third quarter, but the fourth they would break away and win that one 57-44 over Pendleton County. And Pendleton, who defeated Expression Prep today 63-60, so congratulations to them. They finished third place in the Pikeville Invitational, as Expression Prep will finish in fourth. Meanwhile, also today, Shelby Valley defeated Hazard 57-49. Well, Shelby Valley will place fifth and Hazard sixth in the tournament. And our fellow 16th region team, Rowan County, came in here and they picked it up today. They stepped it up and played some good basketball. They picked up a 79-65 win over Juanita Baptist Institute to take seventh place in this event. So a good show, good representation from Rowan County today for the 16th region. We're about 2 minutes until the tip-off. Want to say hello, as always, to my good friend Chris Pullum tonight, and want to also say hello and thank you, even though I just messaged him a few minutes ago, Brandon McClave, who's tuning in. Want to shout out the Bonner family. I know, of course, Ryan, I'm the head coach, and you may know Ryan and I went to school together. I graduated in 06, and Ryan in 09. Ryan's brother Luke played and was on the 07 football or 06 football team for Ashland. He graduated 07, but think the world of that family. Their parents, Joe and Tony, were here, sister Erica. It's always good to see all them. And want to give a shout out and a big thank you to my friend Mark Maynard, who has also been a going back to 2020 especially when I first started out, just for everything he's done. And as always, we miss and we think the world of our friend Dickie, and we always think of him. There's not been a broadcast I've done, he goes through my mind often, just what great memories we have together. And and I'm hoping the Tomcats tonight can come in and bring home some gold for him. And speaking of bringing home gold, one team that also did was the Ashland Kittens and the Ashland wrestling team as well, their girls wrestling team. A big congratulations to Coach Stacy Davis and the Kittens, who can't win into Tennessee to Soddy Daisy. They defeated them on Thursday, December 18th. Friday, they defeated Mortimer Jordan of Morris, Alabama, 52-43. Saturday, defeated Notre Dame of Chattanooga, Tennessee, 61-45. And they walked away with some gold. So congratulations to them for representing. They're defeating two teams from Tennessee and one from Alabama. And they will play tomorrow morning, right afternoon. They will play at 12:30 at home. They play Pulaski County. So big congratulations to Stacy Davis and to that bunch for all their accomplishments. And a big congratulations to Janie Moyer and to the girls wrestling team for winning the Ashland Invitational, the first ever one they had for the girls. So, and they've been off to quite a start in their third season of the girls wrestling program. And, of course, Butch Scarberry, who had a birthday this week, and what a job he's done on the boys' side. We're going to take it down to we're going to get ready for the championship. So not a huge crowd here today, surprisingly, given the championship. Ashland's brought a pretty good crowd given the distance, and you have some fans sprinkled about on both sides. It's a little bit like the atmosphere. I'll make a couple comparisons. We're going to take a break and come back here on the river.
Looking for a secure savings account? Come to Desco Federal Credit Union and explore our latest offers. With great rates and top-of-the-line personnel, Desco insures your money for at least $1 million. Relax and put your money where you know it's safe and growing. Desco Federal Credit Union is located at 1211 Carter Avenue and other locations in Ohio and West Virginia. Stop in or go online. An account at Desco is just what you need. DescoFCU.org.
Primary Plus is invested in your health and invested in the health of our communities. With over 14 primary care locations throughout our network, including locations in Ashland, Grayson, South Shore, Vanceburg, and Moorhead, we are more than just a healthcare provider. We are a doctor in the family, caring for every stage of life, including pediatrics, women's health, primary care, mental health, and on-site pharmacies that are open with affordable pricing and exceptional service. Primary Plus is always welcoming new patients. Visit primaryplus.net to learn more about our mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care.
You just can't stop once you've tried Scraggle Pop. Scraggle Pop kettle corn has become a favorite snack throughout the tri-state area, and they are now expanding beyond. This Christmas season, come visit Scraggle Pop at the Huntington Mall or get it from Food Fair and a number of great tri-state retailers. They have an assortment of delicious flavors like cinnamon, caramel, Chicago blend, and of course the original blend of kettle corn that started it all. Grab your favorite kettle corn blend along with frozen sweet tea, lemonade, or hot apple cider. Take home a beautiful Christmas tin for yourself or as a gift for family and friends. Scraggle Pop also offers many sports team tins for the sports fan in your life. So check them out today at the Huntington Mall. Scraggle Pop now ships nationwide. Visit their website at scragglepop.com to send your loved ones a tin of their favorite flavor. You just can't stop once you've tried Scraggle Pop. scragglepop.com.
Ashland Tomcat basketball action on 97.9 The River.
We're back. The Tomcats here wearing their white jerseys with maroon trim and maroon numbers. Pikeville wearing their maroon home jerseys as we're going to go through the starting lineups. First off, I want to mention Elijah, the human highlight, Elijah Neal, as he came in yesterday, 23 points, 12 assists, 6 steals. He had a great game. He will be starting. Justin Hughes, a 6'4 sophomore, 7.83 points, 2.2 boards a game. Drew Smith, a 6-foot senior, at 20 points and 5.5 rebounds a game. Caleb Clark, a 6'4" senior, 20 points, 5 boards a game. And Elijah Owens, a 6'2" sophomore, 10.7 points, 4.2 boards a game. About brought the house down with one of his dunks yesterday. For Pikeville, number 1, that's Grant Hall, the point guard, the junior. He averages 5.2 points, 5.5 boards a game. The number 2, Mark Bowling, the sophomore, stands about 6 foot, averages 6.8 points per game. Number 10, Cole Sloan, standing at 6'3", averages 12 points, 6.2 boards a game. He's a junior. Jackson Keene, number 0, the senior, 19.3 points, 2.7 boards a game. And number 5, Carter Parsons, a senior, 19.8, 4 points, 4.2 threes per game. Both Parsons and Keene average around 5.3 threes a game. As now Ashland coming out, again I mentioned the white jerseys with maroon numbers and trim. Pikeville in the maroon jerseys with white numerals and trim. Ashland will be going left to right on your dial. Pikeville right to left. It's tipped off and Elijah Owens will get it. No score here. Starting off, Elijah Neal who calls the play. Pikeville's going to come out in a man-to-man. They've come out in zone traps before. This is interesting. Owens drives to the bucket, lays it up and in. Ashland gets right to the bucket and scores. It's 2-0 Tomcats. That's going to be Hall, the point guard. Bring it up. He gives it over to number 2, Bowling. He's guarded by Owens. Ashland in a man-to-man. Hughes deflects it, and it goes into the hands of Owens. Down to Hughes. 1-on-none. Lays it up and in. 4-0 Ashland. 7:24 to go in the first. Ashland three-quarter court man-to-man. Hall down court to Sloan. Inside and through the hands of Bowling. That's going to be the first turnover for Pikeville. Owens to Smith. Screen from Owens. Smith goes around, and he's going to drive inside against the man-to-man. It's deflected out into the hands of Hughes. He fakes. It goes up. Wild shot. Missed it. Gets the rebound. Feeds it out to Owens. He's cut off. Gets it out. Caleb Clark drives it inside. Goes up and scores. 6-0 Ashland. 6:53 to go in the first quarter. Hall over to Bowling as he's going to be met by Owens at half court. Bowling goes to the near wing, gives it over to Keene. He drives inside, underneath against Smith, misses, tipped up. Clark comes down with it. 6-0 Ashland, 6:35 to go in the first quarter. Neal inside, back out to Clark. He's on the far wing and back up to Neal at midcourt. Pikeville staying in a man-to-man. Neal guarded by Sloan. He's going to direct traffic and go over to the far side and lob it over to Hughes and to Owens in the near corner. Cross court to Clark. He drives, goes inside, goes up, misses a shot, gets his own rebound, and gets fouled on the putback attempt. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. Caleb Clark, who had 28 points, 12 rebounds against Boyd County. With the game, he went 4 of 5 from downtown. That foul's going to go against Jackson Keene. That's going to be his first, the team's first. 6:12 to go here in the first quarter. Ashland up 6-0. Caleb Clark going to the line for 2. He's been about a 65% free throw shooter. He's going to put the first one up, and that's good. One more coming up for CC. 7-0 Ashland, and Clark will have one more from the line. But again, this is a Pikeville team that can score in bunches, and they can score quick. So Clark, his second shot. That one's off the front of the rim. Rebound by Sloan. He'll give it up to Bowling. Bowling against Owens. He's looking, and over, and Clark jumps the pass but doesn't get there. Driven inside against Owens, and he's going to pick up his dribble as Sloan and just gets it out to Hall. Throws it in, and that's going to be Keene on the backdoor cut. He gets the first bucket. 7-2 Ashland, 5:46 to go in the first. Neal against Hall. Screen from Clark. They switch on him. Back out to Clark on the wing. He drives inside, misses a shot. Rebound by Sloan. Hall the other way. He goes against Neal, gets it over to Keene. He's open for 3, and he gets it to go. Jackson Keene, it rattled in and then out and back in. Ashland 7-5 now. Here with 5:22 to go in the first. Neal against Hall. He's going to look and get it to Clark in the high post. Clark, jab, step back, and takes the 3 and gets it. Caleb Clark. This 7th 3 of the year, and it's 10-5 Ashland. 5 minutes to go in the first. Hall against Neal. Over to Sloan on the near wing and back over to Bowling. Up top and back to Keene. Somebody missed their man. Keene wide open. He misses it. And that's taken underneath. The rebound by Sloan, and he puts it up and in. Gets the bucket and the foul. And we'll go to the line for one more. 10-7 Ashland. Here with 4:52 to go in the first quarter. That's the first foul on. Now Sloan has been a 30% free throw shooter this year. We'll see if he can. I don't believe he's going to hold at that. He hits it. See, they seem to shoot well when we put 10-8 Ashland with 4:50 to go here in the first. As that's going to be Neal over to Hughes. Pikeville staying in a man-to-man. Back over to Clark on the near wing. Ashland up by 2 here in the first. Lob cross court to Neal on the far side. Neal to the top of the key, drives it in, brings it back, drives and beats the defense, and gets blocked by Hall. Got over there, good defense. He came, looked like he was beat by a step, but then he came around, stepped up, and blocked the shot. Neal will inbound it from under the bucket. He's going to lob it into Clark in the post. Back over to Neal. He cuts around, feeds it to Hughes, open in the corner, and the three's off. Tipped up by Owens and into the hands of Bowling. Bowling over to Sloan. He's going to be met by Clark. Sloan drives, cuts off, giving up to Bowling. Bowling against Owens, top of the key, over to the near side to Parsons, and he hits the three. Ashland giving them a little too much room. It's 11-10 Pikeville. Owens drives it inside, and no call. Surprised they didn't call block or charge. It's turned over, and Pikeville the other way. Sloan drives it in, and a foul called against Drew Smith. That'll be Smith's first and the team's second. And that's going to send Sloan back to the free throw line. He started the year 5 of 17, but again, he's 1 for 1 tonight, and his second one up. That one's good. He don't shoot like a 30% free throw shooter. He's got one more coming up. I mean, he's a 33% three-point shooter. His second shot, and that one's going to go off the side. It hit about everywhere on the rim and bounced off. So now Neal will run it. 12-10 Pikeville, 3:48 to go in the first. Neal drives it inside, feeds it out to Owens, over to Smith on the far wing, over to Hughes near corner. He drives, puts it up, misses, gets the rebound. No call. They're letting him play early. As now Bowling the other way to Hall, and over to the corner to Bowling. He fakes the three, drives inside, tough shot, and gets it to go. Pikeville on a 14-3 run. Ashland opened up with the first 7, and now Pikeville up 4 with 3:20 to go in the first. Neal against Hall. Calls the play. And Clark comes up to set the screen. Neal drives inside. They switch Sloan on him. He'll bring it back out to the far wing. Drive it inside. Give it out to Owens. He's going to take the three and miss it. Ashland just selling for some bad shots right now. Rebound goes to Parsons. He goes the other way, down to the far corner to Sloan. It goes out off Sloan. It's going to stay, or no, it's going to stay with Pikeville. As checking in is number 3, Braden Bolden, the senior, the 6-foot senior for Pikeville. And Bowling's going to inbound from under the bucket. He's going to look and get it to the far corner to Keene. Keene guarded by Caleb Clark. Gives it to Bowling on the far wing. And back over to King, top of the key, a miscommunication, misses a three. Smith gets the rebound. Smith's going to take it up, give it to Neal, 3 from 25 feet back, misses it off the front iron. Rebound by Bolden. Bolden against Owens, gives it over to Sloan. He drives it inside, he walked. He did, it's going to be a turnover, second turnover for Pikeville. Just overthought it a little bit. I think Ashland, they started out attacking the basket, and that's what they need to get back to doing. They're trying to force threes right now. It's just not working, as now that's going to be, they've hit one so far. Clark hit one, as Neal bringing it up over to Smith, and back out to Neal. They double Smith, lobbed over to Smith on the far side, and he shoots the three and draws the foul on number 5, Carter Parsons. That's going to be his first. Parsons had his hands extended. Drew Smith, and he leaned into that to draw the foul, no doubt. That's the first foul on Parsons, a second on Pikeville. 14-10 Pikeville, 2:13 to go in the first. Smith will be going to the line for threes, an 80% free throw shooter. He's going to hit the first. 2 more coming up for Smith. Ashland 2 for 3 from the line so far, as they're down by 3, 2:13 to go in the first quarter. Pikeville leading 14-11, and he'll hit the second one. And the senior hits one more. Drew Smith, who hit 9 threes against Juanita Baptist, we'll have another one coming up. And that one's good. He hits all 3 of them. 14-13 Pikeville. 2:10 to go in the first quarter. Keene, and it's up, and Owens deflects it out. And, no, he threw it off of Pikeville. Okay, the official just made a wrong motion. He threw it off of Pikeville. Owens making a great play defensively. He came over, deflected it, got his hand on it, and threw it off a Pikeville player, securing the possession for Ashland. But they're down 1 with under 2 to go here in the first quarter. It's 14-13 Pikeville. Neal to the far side to Owens. He's going to drive inside, go up, miss it. Rebound by Bowling. And he's going to push tempo. Bowling down court, and it's put up and in by Jackson Keene. Keene ran the court and just out-hustled Ashland, 16-13 Pikeville. Neal drives it inside against Bowling, goes up, misses. Clark there to tip it, misses, gets his rebound, puts it up and in. Clark with 8. Now it's 16-15 Pikeville. Here with 1:25 to go in the first. Bowling at midcourt, throws it away. 4th Pikeville turnover. And that's the thing, this team don't turn the ball over a lot, so I don't see them continuing this pace. The Ashland now with the basketball, as and that's going to be Hall checking back in. And Hall's there, only about 5'9", but he's their defensive specialist at point guard. As they throw it into Neal, Hall will meet him at half court. Ashland down 1, 1:20 to go in the first. Hughes drives to the bucket. He's cut off and doubled. Throws it out to Smith. Just hangs on to it. Over to Neal at the top of the key. Drives inside. Fouled. And that's going to be the 13th foul against Pikeville. He went into a couple guys for Pikeville. We'll see who that's on. That's going to go against Bolden for Pikeville. That's going to be his first, the team's third. So Ashland down 1 with 1:10 to go here in the first. As Neal will inbound, he's going to lob it back to Hughes at half court. Then over to Owens. Back over to Smith. They're face guarding Smith. They're not giving him an inch. Smith drives, fadeaway jumper. It goes. They're guarding him tight. 17-16. Ashland retakes the lead. As Hall now will run the point under a minute to go in the first for Pikeville. He gets it to the far corner to Bowling. Keene drives and Keene misses a way in. And now Owens the other way, 40 seconds to go, gives it back to Neal. He's going to drive inside, spins, turns. Clark's open in the corner, and his 3 off, and Owens chases it down. He's going to drive, feeds it underneath to Hughes, post up, spins, turns, scores! Justin Hughes with 4, and it's 19-16 Ashland, and they throw it in. Neal, what a hustling play. Didn't get the ball for Ashland, but he dives on it as it goes out of bounds. Official helps him up there, and Hall will inbound. Ashland picking up full court man-to-man here with 22 seconds to go in the first. Tomcats up by 3. It's inbounded to to Keene. Keene has it. He gives it over to Hall. He drives against Neal, fakes, kicks it out to the corner, and back up top to Keene. Keene at 9 against Smith. Keene at 8, at 7, at 6, kicks it out to the corner at 3, at 2. It's missed and goes into the hands of Neal at the buzzer and misses it. So Bolden missed that 3, and at the end of 1, it's 19-16 Ashland. We'll be back here on 97.9 The River.
No down payment? No problem. Here at KFB, we make homeownership easy with our no down payment home loans. Whether you're buying your first home or ready for something new, KFB is here to guide you every step of the way. Apply today and take the first step towards your dream home with no money down. Restrictions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. KFB, the better bank. Located at Ashland, Catlettsburg, Louisa, Summit, and Wheelersburg. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Tired of seeing those dings, dents, and scratches on your car? Then you need to see McLeod's Body Shop, your trusted partner for all things auto repair and restoration for 45 years. At McLeod's Body Shop, they're not just in the business of fixing cars, they're in the business of turning heads. Their team of skilled technicians are dedicated to bringing your vehicle back to its prime, no matter the make or model. From minor touch-ups to major overhauls, McLeod's Body Shop has you covered. McLeod's Body Shop says, go Tomcats.
The Tomcats play here. 97.9 The River.
We're back. It's 19-16 Ashland leading going into the second quarter. They say basketball is a game of runs. This first quarter was an example of that. Ashland scored the first 7. Pikeville would outscore Ashland 14-3 to go up 14-10. But Ashland would conclude the first on a 9-2 run, and that's where we sit right now. Out for the Tomcats, it's Smith, Owens, Clark, Hughes, and Neal. For Pikeville, it's Keene, Bowling, Parsons, Sloan, and Hall. It's taken in, backdoor cut to Sloan, to Keene, and he scores us now. Bowling on the assist. It's a 19-18 Ashland. Neal with it as he's guarded by Keene up top. They switch off on him. Neal drives inside. Hughes open in the corner. Drives, feeds it out to Neal. He's open for 3 and misses it. Clark chases the rebound down. Ashland getting some offensive rebounds tonight. 7:28 to go in the second quarter. Ashland up 1. Clark drives. His foot jumper off. Rebound tipped up and into the hands of Sloan as he gives it to Hall. And he'll bring it up against Neal. Man-to-man from Ashland. Thrown over, jumper by Parsons. It's good, and he gets fouled by Owens. Owens not a smart play on that. He just reached out and just touched him. That's his first foul. The team's first. They take now as Jalen Strader checks in because here they're going to get that call. Because now that's going to be Parsons at the line. He's going to hit the free throw. Parsons a 75% free throw shooter. Most of these guys for Pikeville shoot in the 70s from the line. 21-19 Pikeville here with just over 7 minutes to go in the second. A 5-0 run for the Panthers right now. Neal over to Clark on the far side. Back over to Neal. He drives and lays it up, and it goes off the rim. Rebound by Keene. He brings it up against Clark. Drives it inside. Neal pushed off, or Keene pushed off, no call, but turns it over down to Smith. Neal, he goes up, and a blocking foul called against Pikeville. So that will go against Hall. That's going to be his first, the team's first, as Smith is going to go to the line for 2 more. He attacked the basket, and Hall was just, I think, a half step late getting over. So now Smith will have 2 coming up, and he's going to miss the first off the front of the rim. Ashland 4 for 6 from the line so far tonight. 1 more for Smith. And the second one, that's going to go in. Hit everywhere on the rim. Smith with 6 now. Ashland up 21-20 here in the second. 6:36 to go. As Keene brings it up, gives it to Parsons. His 3, air ball, rebound by Bowling. Out to Sloan on the near wing. He's guarded by Clark. And over to Hall. Hall, they switch Clark on him. Hall drives, fakes Clark off. Hughes blocks it. Over to Smith. He throws it cross court to Strader. His 3, in and out. Hughes tips it up and into the hands of Keene. He's going to run down court in a hurry. Gets it to Bowling on the run. Misses a shot, and crowd wanted a foul. And throws it to Strader. Hughes open for 3 and hits it. Justin Hughes with 7. It's 23-21 Ashland. Another lead changes. Keene against Smith. Over to Hall, who's guarded by Strader. Hall drives to the bucket, goes up, and scores in a foul. See, and that's the thing, inconsistency. Strader barely touched him, but on the last drive, they definitely could have had an argument for a foul. However, that was pretty lenient contact, at least, as now Hall will go to the line. And now Owens will check in for Smith, and Hall will go to the free throw line. We're knotted up at 23. And Hall, a 70% free throw shooter, misses that one. And now Clark comes down with it. 23 all, 5:42 to go in the second quarter. Neal at the 10-second stripe as Clark comes up to set a screen. Neal over to Hughes, to Strader in the far corner. Back up top to Hughes. Over to Neal. Neal guarded by Bowling. He's going to drive it inside. They double, and they're collapsing on the inside paint when Ashland gets it in there. Owens over to Strader. He's open for three and misses. Rebound by Bowling. Ashland with 2 threes, but they probably missed 8 so far. 23 all with 5:08 to go in the second. King loses a handle on it, picks it back up, gets it out to Hall at midcourt, and Coach Justice for Pikeville calls a timeout. 32nd. We'll take it with them. It's 23 all, 5:04 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back on 97.9 The River.
Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been providing accounting, tax, and attest services for the tri-state community and across the United States. Since 1951, individuals, medical practices, attorneys, corporations, Main Street businesses, local schools, and governments have relied on us for expert advice, tax preparation, and attest services. With offices in Ashland and Cincinnati, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby are here for your accounting and tax needs. For over 70 years, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been there for businesses in our community. They're here for yours too. Call them and let Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby provide for the future of your business.
The Tomcats play here. 97.9 The River.
5:04 to go here in the second quarter. It's 23 all. And it's been a dandy back and forth. If you're just tuning in, Ashland scored the first 7. Pikeville would respond with a 14-3 run to go up 14-10. Ashland would then go on a 9-2 run to conclude the first quarter to lead 21-16. However, Pikeville would respond, starting the second with a 5-0 run to take a 29-19 lead, and now we're tied up at 23. So it's been quite a game here for the Pikeville Invitational Tournament Championship, as Smith is back in for the Tomcats, and Strader takes a seat. Hall will inbound as he's looking, and gets it into Sloan on the far wing. And over to Parsons. Brings it back up to the 10-second stripe. Near that, over to Keene. Backdoor cut by Sloan, and he hits him. Sloan with 6 now. And it's 25-23 Ashland. They're countering that Ashland pressure with backdoor cuts. Neal against Hall. Screen from Smith. Pikeville in a 2-3 zone. As Neal steps out, drives it inside, cut off, and up to Clark. He'll bring it back out. Pikeville now shifting into more of a man-to-man. Owens at midcourt. Ashland looks a little unsure what to do. They trail by 2 here with 4:20 to go in the second. Smith lobs it back over to Clark, and over to Smith. Back over to Neal. And over to Owens. He's going to handle it up top of the key. Over to Hughes in the corner. Back up top to Owens. He drives and is cut off. Loses a handle, and that's going to be a Tomcat turnover. Their third. And that's going to go back to Pikeville. Hall is Ashland now in that full court man. That's going to be Keene. He'll go to Bowling on the opposite corner. Bowling drives inside, misses a shot. Owens on the rebound. He throws it down to Neal, but Hall blocks it. Partially down to Neal, but he's double-teamed and thrown into Clark. And Clark turns around, misses a shot, tipped up and into the hands of Keene. Ashland just not shooting good so far tonight. 3:34 to go in the second. Parsons drives, and he's fouled by Owens. That's going to be the second foul on Owens. So that'll be his second, the team's third. It's Ashland trailing by 2. Here with 3:32 to go in the third. Oh, wow. They're going to say that wasn't a shooting foul. Huh. Wow. Bowling to inbound under the bucket. Gets it into Hall. And Hall doubled on the inside. He spins against Strader. Fakes, goes up, and scores. I can see what they mean. As he goes, this team goes. Hall has a lot of intensity. That's his first bucket. And Pikeville takes a 27-23 lead with 3:17 to go in the second. Neal over to Smith. Back over to Neal. He drives it inside. Pikeville collapses. Back out to Strader. He drives in, lays it up. Tough shot, and he makes it. Jalen Strader, his first bucket. 27-25 Tomcats. Here with 2:59 to go in the third. Bowling over to Hall. Ashland now going 2-3. They go inside to Bowling. Back up to Keene. Over to Hall on the far wing. Inside to Sloan. He posts up on Clark and gives it back out up top to Parsons. To Bowling in the near wing. To Parsons at the top of the key. And to the far side to Hall. Ashland down 2 here. 2:32 to go in the second. Sloan drives inside. Out to Parsons. His three off. Rebound by Smith. He's going to push tempo. Smith drives it. Goes into the teeth of the defense. And he got... Ooh. I thought he got grabbed on the wrist, but they're going to call it a travel. And to be fair, that was definitely a shooting foul on the other end. But Pikeville basketball, fourth Tomcat turnover. Ashland trailing 27-25 with 2:15 to go in the second. Hall at the 10-second stripe. Feeds it inside to Parsons. He's going to step out, take the jumper, and connect. So Parsons hits his second bucket. He has 6, hit a 3 and a free throw so far tonight. As now it's 29-25 Pikeville with under 2 to go in the second. Neal against Sloan, drives it in, feeds it out to Strader. He's going to drive it in, get it out to Neal. Thinking about the three, is going to take it and misses it. And the rebound goes to Keene. Ashland down 4. Keene throws it inside to Sloan. He fakes, goes up and scores. Just caught Ashland sleeping, and Pikeville takes a 6-point lead with 1:36 to go in the second. 30-second timeout by Pikeville. We'll keep it here. Pikeville's just out hustling Ashland right now. Ashland just had a defensive lapse, and Cole Sloan got loose under the bucket all alone. Strader got there a little bit late. Faked him, and they do a good job faking under the bucket. They've drawn multiple Ashland defenders off their feet, and he went up and scored. Bonner is lighting into the team right now in the huddle. But right now, I think part of what Ashland's having problems with is defensively. That first off, on the offensive side, Pikeville, Ashland hasn't shot the ball well. So tonight, they've hit 2 threes, but they've attempted about 10. And it's just not going in. Pikeville is doing a really good job collapsing on the inside. And unless Ashland starts shooting like they have in the past couple games, they're not going to draw them out of that. They're willing to take that chance. Meanwhile, on the offensive side, or on the defensive side, Pikeville's getting into the end of the lanes and forcing. They're doing a good job getting around Ashland with those backdoor cuts. Ashland's playing that tight pressure. And, of course, you don't want to go, and I get why, because they don't want to. Reminds me of Highlands 2021 in that state semifinal. You don't want those three-point shooters getting loose. And sometimes you have to take a risk on those backdoor cuts. Ashland goes into Clark, misses a gimme on the inside. Rebound goes to Bowling. And Pikeville, they are up 6 with 1:15 to go in the second quarter. Keene drives in, takes the jumper, misses. And Clark goes for the rebound. And it's going to go to Ashland, tipped out of bounds by Pikeville. Pikeville fans wanted different. And now that's going to be Neal with the basketball. He's going to bring it up and give it to Clark. And Ashland, Pikeville face guarding Drew Smith. They tried to get it to him, but he just hasn't been open. Neal inside out to Strader. His three off. Clark gets the rebound, goes up and in. Stops a Pikeville run, an 8-2 run as it's 31-27. Pikeville leading Ashland here with 42 seconds to go in the second. Keene over to Sloan, who's guarded by Clark. Back over to Parsons. 3 from 25 feet out. Off. Rebound by Clark. He's going to go down to Smith. Smith back up to Clark. Clark will drive against Sloan. Put it up and in. Caleb Clark has 12. It's 31-29 Ashland. 20 seconds to go. Parsons up top to Keene. No one guarding him. He goes in. Blocked by Clark, but they call him for a foul. He may have got him with the body on that. The block looked clean, but the body, I think, is where he got him on that one. That's going to be Clark's first foul, the team's fourth, so no more fouls to give for the Tomcats. That's going to send Keene to the free throw line. Keene is 75% free throw shooter. He's going to hit the first. Keene right now, and that's his 10th point. As Parsons goes out for Pikeville, in comes Braden Bolden. Second shot at the line by Keene. That one's good. And he's up to 11, 33-29 Pikeville. Ashland with 15 seconds to go in the second quarter. So Keene against Bolden. Throws it over to Hughes. far side. He's going to drive, cut off by Keene. Lob back out to Clark at 3, at 2. Smith has to take it, and he can't get a shot off. Again, Ashland just out of sorts on that. They look frustrated. They don't look composed, and Pikeville now taking a 33-29 lead into halftime. We'll be back here on 97.9 The River.
Tired of seeing those dings, dents, and scratches on your car? Then you need to see McLeod's Body Shop, your trusted partner for all things auto repair and restoration for 45 years. At McLeod's Body Shop, they're not just in the business of fixing cars, they're in the business of turning heads. Their team of skilled technicians are dedicated to bringing your vehicle back to its prime, no matter the make or model. From minor touch-ups to major overhauls, McLeod's Body Shop has you covered. McLeod's Body Shop says, go Tomcats.
When the game is on the line, you need reliability and your trusted Toyota dealer. Drive home a winner with Toyota of Ashland. Visit them at 3503 Winchester Avenue, Ashland, Kentucky. Give them a call at 606-744-2727 or online at toyotaofashland.com.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust Bank has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We have even more great services like Apple Pay and Google Pay. Make payments directly from your smartphone. And Zelle, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet at ctbi.com or stop by and see us at one of our 79 branch offices.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Giovanni's Pizza. Fresh, hot, and tasty. Have it delivered right to your door. Giovanni's, the Italian place to be.
Looking for a secure savings account? Come to Desco Federal Credit Union and explore our latest offers. With great rates and top-of-the-line personnel, Desco insures your money for at least $1 million. Relax and put your money where you know it's safe and growing. Desco Federal Credit Union is located at 1211 Carter Avenue and other locations in Ohio and West Virginia. Stop in or go online. An account at Desco is just what you need. DescoFCU.org.
Ashland Tomcat basketball action on 97.9 The River.
It's 33-29 Ashland at halftime, and so right now, or Pikeville leading Ashland, as a tough first half for the Tomcats coming in, and they opened up with the first 7 of the ball game. Pikeville would go on a 14-3 run of their own, and then Ashland would counter, closing the first quarter on a 9-2 run to take a 19-16 lead. Pikeville would open up the second quarter on a 5-0 run to lead 21-19. After a stanza, we were tied at 23. Pikeville would go on an 8-2 run to take a 31-25 lead. Ashland would go on a 4-0 run before Pikeville would get a couple free throws before the end of the half. And I've got a friend watching at home. Thank you to Brandon. But that foul looks like that. I was wondering about that foul on Caleb Clark, and that no hand. That really should have been a clean block. But it has been both ways tonight. I'm puzzled. These guys. They seem like good guys so far. They're trying, but it's been inconsistent in a lot of ways. But again, regardless of the quality of the officiating, Ashland has to communicate better out there. They just aren't getting in space defensively at times. They're not getting to where they need to be. And I think offensively, the communication at times, like before halftime, they had a chance with 15 seconds left. They just walked around, and only one of the players out there were really aware of the time situation. So I'm sure that's something Coach Bonner will be discussing at halftime with the team. But we will come back and have some stats for you here on 97.9 The River.
Have you ever looked around and thought, someone should do something about that?
A united way of the River Cities. We believe that someone is all of us. Every day, someone wakes up wondering where their next meal will come from. A parent worries about how to pay for childcare so they can keep their job. A teenager wonders if college is even an option for them.
That's where the United Way steps in. We don't just give people resources, we create opportunities. We bring together schools, businesses, nonprofits, and volunteers to create real pathways to economic mobility.
We help families stay healthy with access access to food and medical care.
We build financial stability.
So if you've ever thought someone should do something, guess what? You are someone.
You can volunteer your time. You can give what you can.
Join us at the United Way of the River Cities.
We're not just talking about change. We're working together to create it.
Come be a part of the work. Visit UnitedWayRiverCities.org and let's get started.
Hey, it's Big John. Are you hungry for a taste of home? Well, come on down to Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, located 230 16th Street in Ashland. They serve old-fashioned home-cooked meals in a true family atmosphere. From hearty breakfast to daily specials, there's always something fresh and on the table. Bring the whole family and let them do the cooking. Proud supporters of the Ashland Tomcats, Uncle Paul and Missy's is cooking up that hot Tomcat spirit. Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, where good food and good company come together. Primary Plus is invested in your health and invested in the health of our communities. With over 14 primary care locations throughout our network, including locations in Ashland, Grayson, South Shore, Vanceburg, and Moorhead, we are more than just a healthcare provider. We are a doctor in the family, caring for every stage of life, including pediatrics, women's health, primary care, mental health, and on-site pharmacies that are open with affordable pricing and exceptional service. Primary Plus is always welcoming new patients. Visit primaryplus.net to learn more about our mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care.
Dashing through the streets on a bus with PTA, o'er the hills we go, laughing all the way. Kids on buses sing, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and save on PTA today. For more information on how to keep the jingle in your pocket, call 529-RIDE or 740-894-RIDE, and Merry Christmas from PTA to you and yours.
This Christmas season, there's only one place to shop for gifts that sparkle. It's Pollock's Jewelers, the name you know and trust. Pollock's is the longest-running dealer of everything Pandora, and we have the largest selection of natural and lab-grown diamonds for that perfect ring, a timeless watch, or stunning necklace. Our professional service and personal touch make every moment special. Visit Pollock's Jewelers, 913 Winchester Avenue in Ashland. Give them a call, 606-324-3197. Pollock's Jewelers, making your holiday shine bright for over 150 years.
Giovanni's has great Italian dishes. Spaghetti with meat sauce, lasagna, ravioli, manicotti, and baked lasagna. Giovanni's has the best sandwiches around, from the stromboli, Italian sub, calzones, and their signature Big Red. All dinners will be served with hot garlic bread or Italian rolls. Giovanni's Pizza, fresh, hot, and tasty. Have it delivered right to your door. Giovanni's, the Italian place to be.
Hey Tomcats fans, with spring just around the corner, Ashland Milling Company is your one-stop shop for everything you need. For your yard, they offer 50-pound bags of weed and feed for only $39.95 and 50-pound bags of crabgrass preventer for $34.95. And don't forget about your garden. Ashland Milling boasts the largest selection of bulk garden seeds in the tri-state. Ashland Milling Company would like to say thanks for letting them serve you for over 150 years. Go Tomcats!
Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been providing accounting, tax, and attest services for the tri-state community and across the United States. Since 1951, individuals, medical practices, attorneys, corporations, Main Street businesses, local schools, and governments have relied on us for expert advice, tax preparation, and attest services. With offices in Ashland and Cincinnati, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby are here for your accounting and tax needs. For over 70 years, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been there for businesses in our community. They're here for yours too. Call them and let Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby provide for the future of your business.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union now brings you all the tech that big banks have, but still has that personal touch of a member-owned community credit union. Apple Pay? Got it. Digital wallet? Yep. Message pay by text? Online loan payments? Even chatting with a real person, not a bot. Open accounts, sign documents, and manage your money all online. It's the big bank tech you need from the local community-minded credit union you trust. Metro Community FCU. Visit metrocommunityfcu.com today.
Ashland Tomcat basketball action on 97.9 The River.
We're back. Ashland trailing Pikeville 33-29 at halftime. To go through some statistics for Pikeville, Jackson Keene leading the way with 11 points. He has a three-pointer, and Carter Parsons has 6, also with a three-pointer. Cole Sloan has 8. Bowling has 2, and Hall has 2 for the Panthers. Meanwhile, for Ashland, Leading the way is Caleb Clark. He has 12. Drew Smith has 7. Justin Hughes has 7. Owens has 4. Strader has 2. Surprisingly, Elijah Neal has not scored. He had 23 points, 12 assists, and 6 steals yesterday. And that's where we are. I think Ashland just needs to settle down a little bit this half. Pikeville's throwing a look that they haven't really seen this year, that a team hasn't really, nobody's really collapsed down in the lane like Pikeville has. And so they do tend to get out of rhythm a little bit at times. Like last night, I felt like in the second half, they got up 50-43 on Expression Prep, and that was a tough opponent. They made a great run. They came back, took a 55-53 lead, but I felt like Ashland just got real errant, made some errant passes with the basketball. Then they came back and got back into their rhythm and did their thing, and that's what they need to focus on. Pikeville's going to continue to collapse in the paint, and I think Ashland will have to shoot the ball well to win this game. They're defending Drew Smith nicely. They're face guarding him, and they're not letting him touch the basketball very much. Ashland will come back out with the original starters. It's going to be Neal, Hughes, Smith, Clark, and Owens for Pikeville. The same, that's going to be Hall, Keene, Parsons, Sloan, and Bowling. Ashland will have the basketball going right to left. Pikeville going left to right. Tomcats down by 4 starting the second half. Hughes floating inside to Clark on the backdoor cut. He misses a shot but gets fouled by Parsons. That's going to be his second and the team's first. So a similar strategy to what Pikeville used in the first half is they used some backdoor cuts. Of course, the alternative is to risk Pikeville getting loose from 3. Smith is going to go to the line. He's 4 for 5 so far tonight. He's going to hit the first. So Drew Smith has one more coming. Ashland is 6 of 8 from the line at this point. As Smith, his second shot. It's up. It's good. 33-31, Pikeville leading Ashland, 7:51 to go here in the second half. Ashland going full court tight, man-to-man. It's inbound. Smith takes it away, lays it up and in. Tied at 33. Bowling inbounds, and it's gone into Hall. And Keene knocks Smith down, no call. Hall loses the ball off his foot but picks it up, lost his dribble, and it's thrown to Keene at midcourt. He's going to go against Smith, out to Bowling. His 3 is in and out. Rebound by Sloan. He's going to be doubled. He gets it out to Keene. He drives. Keene fakes, goes up, and is fouled. They'll call a foul. That's going to be Neal who gets that one. And that's going to be his first and the team's first, as Keene will go to the free throw line. He's going to have 2 coming up. Keene, the first shot, and that's going to go in. Keene's quite a player, quite composed, good athlete. He's very quick. His first 2 steps off the dribble gets into the lane, and obviously he could shoot the basketball with 11 threes in that game. He's going to hit the second, and Keene has 13. Neal to Clark. Ashland down by 2, 35-33. Neal drives against Hall, goes to Clark, drives in, spins, turns, tough shot, misses it. Rebound by Hall. Hall against Neal, drives it in, he goes on Hughes, puts the shot up, it's blocked and out of bounds. Hughes has a couple blocks in there tonight. It's going to stay with Pikeville. 7:03 to go here in the third. Ashland trailing by 2. As Bowling inbounds from under the bucket. Jump shot by Parsons, misses. Rebound by Clark. Owens now on the run against Hall, drives it inside. Hall, right, should have been a blocking foul. No call. Rebound by Smith. Up top to Clark. He gets it over to Smith. He goes against Bowling. He takes the 3 from way back and got it. He gets it. Smith with 13. Ashland up 36-35. 6:35 to go in the third. Keene with it against Smith at midcourt. And he throws it over to Bowling. Bowling guarded by Owens. Bowling going to drive. So it goes over to the far side and gives it to Parsons. They switch Owens on him. Parsons brings it up to the top of the key. Drives inside. It's cut off. Back out to Hall. He drives against Neal. It's cut off. Gives it out to Sloan on the far corner. Sloan against Hughes. Pikeville leading by 1 here in the third. Back to Hall. He drives on Hughes, throws the shot up, misses it, but they call a foul. And that's going to go against Hughes.
second personal foul, team second.
His second and the team's second.
There's number 1, Grant Hall, shooting 2.
So Hall's going to go to the line for 2 shots. Hall right around a 70% shooter. He's going to put the first one up, and it's good. Hall's going to get one more. Here with 6:01 to go in the third. We're tied at 36. Second shot for Hall, and that one's going to bounce off. Rebound by Clark. Pikeville 7 for 11 from the line, 63%. As that one goes off Hall, they deflected it. Well, Smith more lost the handle, but it goes off of Hall's arm. It's going to stay with the Tomcats. Neal to inbound from the far stripe. He gets it into Owens, top of the key. He steps back, takes the triple, and misses it. Rebound by Sloan. And Neal deflects it, takes it away. Turnover Pikeville, their 7th. Neal drives inside, misses. Clark tips it up, misses. Just Ashland having a tough time getting anything to go. Sloan gets the rebound. Wanted a foul, and I can't blame him. Bowling drives, gives it to Hall. He steps back, thought about the three, doesn't. Gives it up to Keenan at the top of the key. And over to Parsons. Against Owens, back to Hall. Top of the key on the near wing to Bowling. And over to Sloan. On the far wing, he drives against Hughes, lays it up and in. Cole Sloan with his 10th point. Pikeville up 2. Ashland down court to Clark. He lays it up and in. Clark with 14. It's 38 Hall here with 5 minutes to go in the third. Bowling against Owens. Thrown over to Hall on the far side. Inside, Owens deflects it. Taken away by Ashland. Owens on the run. He goes against King, gives it back to Neal. Out to Hughes for 3. And that one's going to rattle off. Rebound by Parsons. They're giving Ashland the corners. Bowling the other way, tied at 38 midway in the third. Bowling over to Hall. Ashland in a man-to-man. Clark over to Keene. His triple against Smith. It's good. I thought for a second Smith got a finger on it. And Keene, a timeout call by Ashland. 41-38 Pikeville here in the third. We'll be back here on 97.9 The River.
This Christmas season, there's only one place to shop for gifts that sparkle. It's Pollock's Jewelers, the name you know and trust. Pollock's is the longest-running dealer of everything Pandora, and we have the largest selection of natural and lab-grown diamonds for that perfect ring, a timeless watch, or stunning necklace. Our professional service and personal touch make every moment special. Visit Pollock's Jewelers, 913 Winchester Avenue in Ashland. Give them a call, 606-324-3197. Pollock's Jewelers, making your holiday shine bright for over 150 years. The Tomcats play here. 97.9 The River.
It's 41-38 Pikeville with 4:30 to go in the third. Coach Bonner not happy about something, called a timeout just now. Keene hits another 3 over the outside. I thought for a second Smith might have just gotten the tip of that one, but Keene got it to go, and he has 16 now, including 2 3-pointers, and Ashland adjusting. They're going to come back out. Pikeville still in huddle. On the court for Ashland, it's Neal, Clark, Owens, Smith, and Hughes. I mean, Pikeville's a good basketball team, no doubt, as they're coming back out, as that's going to be Parsons, Keene, Sloan, Bowling, and Hall. So Clark will inbound for the Tomcats. And it's Pikeville, they're going to stay in that man-to-man. They normally will run traps, but they have not so far tonight. They've run a little bit of 2-3, but Neal over to Hughes in the near wing, over to Neal in the corner. His 3 is off. Rebound by Sloan. He gives it over to Parsons. 4:11 to go in the third. Pikeville up 3 with the basketball. Keene at midcourt gives it over to Sloan on the near wing. And he's looking, and over to Keene on the far corner. Fadeaway jump shot. He backs in, takes it, and it's good. Keene with 18, 43-38 Pikeville, 3:52 to go in the third. Clark up top, over to Neal, and back to Smith. Smith drives against Sloan, spins, turns, jump hook is good. Smith with a bucket, it's 43-40, Pikeville leading Ashland. They stay in that full court man-to-man, more of a Drew Smith now guarding Keene. He's going to Handed up. Keene backdoor cut to Parsons. It's blocked from behind by Neal. Bowling dives for it. Pikeville has a possession arrow.
Jump ball.
The possession arrow. It's going to stay with Pikeville, who leads by 3 with 3:25 to go in the third. River Lynch checking in for the Tomcats. Out will go Owens as Bowling will inbound from under the bucket. He's going to look. Bowling looking. Barely gets it into Sloan underneath. He goes against Clark. Are you kidding me? Clark had his hands up, was in position. They called a foul on him. That's his second foul, and that's what I mean. I hate to gripe about it. It's just inconsistent. As now that's going to be Sloan going to the line for 2, as he's going to sink the first one. And Sloan's now 3 for 4. I have him at, as Bolden checking in for Bowling for Pikeville, who leads 44-40 with 3:22 to go here in the third. One more shot coming up for Sloan, and he hits a second. That's definitely not a 30. Maybe there's an error on the stats or something. That is not a 30% free throw shooter. Pikeville up 45-40 with 3:15 to go in the third. Neal drives, gives it to Lynch. His 3. Good! River Lynch off the bench. 45-43 Pikeville with 3:07 to go here in the third. Hall against Neal. Or tightly. Paul picks up his dribble, gives it over to Keene, top of the key. Keene against Smith. Over to Parsons, who's guarded by Hughes. And to Sloan in the near corner. He drives on Clark and feeds it out. And they throw it out. He got bumped, no call, but Keene's open for 3, and he's going to hit it. Keene with 21. It's 48-43 Pikeville, and Parsons takes it away. Steps up for 3 and gets it. 51-43. Ashland's in trouble here. 2:35 to go in the third. Neal now with it. Neal over to Lynch. Back over to Smith. Ashland down 8 here in the third. Smith drives, goes up, and gets the foul in traffic. Sloan there to help him up. He'll go to the line for 2. Grant Hall picks up his second foul, his team's first. So Smith's going to get 2 from the free throw line. Smith has had a few trips there tonight. He hits the first. 51-44, Ashland trailing. Smith's going to get 1 more. And he's going to hit the second. Smith now 8 for 9 from the free throw line. It's inbounded to Keene. Up top, guarded by Smith. As he's going to bring it up and give it over to Sloan. The near wing back up to Hall up top. And over to Keene. He fakes against Smith. Drives it and gives it back to Hall. He takes it inside, steps out, gives it to Keene, and he fakes the 3. He double dribble. Are you kidding me? He dropped the ball and picked it back up, then no call. He faked the 3, dropped them. They missed the shot, but I'm like, wow. Smith drives it inside, and it got knocked out. Pikeville the other way. They're going to give it to Sloan. He lays it up and in. It was good, but they called a travel. I don't think he walked, but that might have been a makeup call. But so Neal with it. Ashland down 6 here in the third. Neal guarded by Keene. Over to Smith on the far side. Far wing. He takes it back to the top of the key. Drives it in, gives it to Neal. He drives on Keene, and it's poked out. A foul called. So that's going to go against number 3, Bolton. That's going to be his second. Each team with 1 foul to give for the bonus. Neal will inbound under the bucket. And he's going to slap. Neal looking, and he finds Smith. Smith guarded by Keene. And back out. Hughes is going to drive, step up from the free throw line, and misses it. Rebound by Sloan. Hall on the run. He goes down to Parsons. His 3 is in and out. Rebound by Hughes. They're outrunning Ashland right now. Neal drives inside, and he finds Clark wide open underneath, who lays it in. 51-47 Pikeville, 53 to go here in the third. Keene Drives in, steps back, cut off, out to Sloan against Clark, and back to Keene. Over to Hall, inside to Parsons on the backdoor cut, and he scores. 53-47 Pikeville with 37 seconds to go here in the third. Neal down, back to Smith. It's guarded by Hall. And over to Clark. He's going to bring it back. Clark against Sloan. And over to Neal. Neal guarded by Bolden. 16 seconds to go in the third. Clark on the screen. Neal directing traffic. Neal watching the time. 9 seconds to go. Neal, they call the play. Neal steps around, gives it to Smith. He drives in, goes up, got fouled, no call. Missed it, and Keene at the buzzer, heaves it down court, misses it. Smith got knocked down on that, no call. Bonner is livid near midcourt, and I can't blame him. Bonner better be careful. He's going to get teed up. He goes back to the bench. So it's 53-47 here at the end of three. Pikeville leading Ashland. We'll be right back.
This holiday season, Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe is the perfect place for gifting and gathering. Give the gift of deliciousness with gift cards from the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe. Buy $50 in gift cards and get $10 free. Buy $100 in gift cards and get $20 free. Planning a holiday party? Well, we've got you covered with 2 private spaces free to reserve. Call today to book your party at the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe. The holidays are better at the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe on the corner of Fun and 3rd Avenue in Huntington.
Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been providing accounting, tax, and attest services for the tri-state community and across the United States. Since 1951, individuals, medical practices, attorneys, corporations, Main Street businesses, local schools, and governments have relied on us for expert advice, tax preparation, and attest services. With offices in Ashland and Cincinnati, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby are here for your accounting and tax needs. For over 70 years, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been there for businesses in our community. They're here for yours, too. Call them and let Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby provide for the future of your business.
The Tomcats play here. 97.9 The River.
We're back. It's 53-47. Pikeville leading Ashland at the end of the three. As now we're going to see what happens. There's not a good night for Ashland in a lot of ways. I think we've gotten the worst end of it. It's been both ways. I think they're good men. They're communicating with the coaches. They're at least trying, it seems like, but it's just been so, a touch will get called and then somebody will get mugged and it won't get called. And it's been going both ways. It's been that way this whole tournament. Of course, you've got to be prepared to deal with that. A couple of assistants ran out for Ashland to ask about the no call on Drew Smith at the end of the third, but now Ashland will have it. It's Smith, Hughes, Owens, Clark, and Neal, and Hughes gets called for a travel starting the fourth, and that's going to turn it over to Pikeville. A Tomcat turnover, as now that's going to be Hall inbounding. Ashland going full court here. They're down 53-47 with 7:51 in the fourth. And that's going to be Sloan up top, guarded by Clark. And he's going to look and get it back to Parsons. And Parsons drives, puts it up, circus shot, and gets it to go. And Pikeville's had some things like that go tonight. That was a good drive by Parsons. They take a 55-47 lead. Ashland inside to Smith. He lays it in off the backdoor cut. 55-49 Pikeville, 7:24 to go here in the fourth. Hall against Neal. And Neal tries for the steal, but fouls him in the process. Well, that's going to be Neal's second foul, the team's first here in the fourth. Neal still has not scored so far tonight. Neal, who averages 16 points a game, is now Bowling coming back in for Bolden. Oh, now it's going to be Hall. Inbound, he gets it to Bowling. Bowling against Neal. Up and gets it over to Keene. Guarded by Smith. He drives inside. Keene fakes Smith. Tough shot, and he makes it. Right over Smith. Good shot. He had a hand in his face and everything. Pikeville up 8. Smith takes it from 25 feet back, and it goes off the front of the rim. Rebound by Keene. That's probably the first foot he's had from there, and Owens fouls Keene 94 feet away from the basket. That's going to be his third personal, the team's second. Yeah, can't reach in on that. So now it's going to be Pikeville inbounding at 6:55 to go here in the fourth. It's 57-49, Pikeville over Ashland. As Keene up top, Ashland in full court man-to-man. He'll bring it up against Neal. Here's 6:50 remaining. He loses it off his foot, and it goes out, but doesn't go off Ashland or Pikeville. It goes off of Ashland. That's the thing. A Pikeville student runs down and taunts an Ashland player from the student side. If that happened to Ashland, it did. I think something that Ashland kid got thrown out of a soccer game for yelling something. As now Keene takes it, lays it in, but they say he traveled. And they would get tossed at Ashland. I'm just saying. 57-49 Pikeville with 6:40 to go here in the fourth. And it wasn't a player, it was a student in the section. But now Neal goes around, and they call an offensive foul on Neal as Hall stepped out. So that's going to go. Or no, actually they're going to call that. So they call that away from the ball on Clark, not on Neal. I thought for a second they called it on Neal, but Clark got called for a moving screen. So Ashland down 8 here with 6:34 to go in the fourth. Bowling will inbound it to Sloan up top and back to Bowling. He's going to take it against Neal and throw it over to Parsons. He fakes the three, steps up, steps back, feeds it inside to Sloan, and he gets it to go. Good fake pass, and Sloan now Pikeville up 59-49. Here with 6:16 to go in the fourth. Neal double-teamed over to Smith. He steps back, takes the three, and hits it. 59-52. Ashland trailing with 6:10 to go in the fourth. We'll be back here on 97.9 The River.
When the game is on the line, you need reliability and your trusted Toyota dealer. Drive home a winner with Toyota of Ashland. Visit them at 3503 Winchester Avenue, Ashland, Kentucky. Give them a call at 606-744-2727 or online at toyotaofashland.com.
Giovanni's has great Italian dishes. Spaghetti with meat sauce, lasagna, ravioli, manicotti, all dinners served with hot garlic bread or Italian rolls. Giovanni's, the Italian place to be.
Ashland Tomcat basketball action on 97.9 The River.
We're back. Pikeville leading Ashland 59-52, and this is a test for the Tomcats. 6:10 to go here in the fourth, and on the road. Pikeville's coming into this quarter playing really good. They've hit a couple of tough shots over Ashland. Drew Smith just hit a three from 25 feet out, and I have Smith at 14-22 right now. And Pikeville will inbound it. Ashland's going to switch. They're going to try the 1-2-2 full court trap. Coming up, Bowling gets it into Sloan. Up top, over to Bowling. And to Hall, far side, lobbed over to Sloan on the near side and over to Keene in the near corner. Up top to Hall and over to Parsons against Owens. Drives in and he's fouled by Owens.
Fouls on Ashland's number 5.
Foul goes against Owens. That's going to be his fourth and the team's fourth. So no more fouls to give. So 4-0 the foul count here in the fourth quarter as Pikeville will inbound, and he gets it into Hall. So Hall, Ashland now in a 2-3. He steps out, feeds it in, throws it away. 10th Pikeville turnover. Clark inside, blocked by Fanning. And again, see, Hall had, but it is what it is. It's a foul. I'm going to try not to complain on the offense. It just not. Hall was in pretty good position on that. Clark will go to the free throw line for 2 coming up. So he's going to have 2. Ashland down 59-52. Pikeville's biggest lead was at 10. 59-49. Ashland came in leading 7-0. So Clark will have 2. His first is good. Second shots for Clark. It's 59-53 Pikeville. 5:47 remaining. Clark, the second shot is good. Caleb Clark with 18. Ashland now back to the 1-2-2 press. Hall lobbed over to Keene. Keene doubled at half court over to Hall. Thrown cross court to Sloan. He drives in. Misses the shot. Rebound by Smith. Ashland down 5. Neal drives it inside, out to Smith. Open for 25 feet out and missed it. Rebound, Clark dives for it, but just can't hang on. It's going to go back to Pikeville. 59-54, Panthers leading the Tomcats with 5:25 remaining. Had a good look, just couldn't get it to go. As Hall now, Ashland in the back to the 1-2-2. Smith deflects it, but back into the hands of Keene. He's going to throw it to Bowling, who drives wide open and misses and a foul called against Ashland. It's not like this wasn't expected. But that's going to go against. That's going to be his third, the team's fifth. Here with 5:16 to go in the fourth. Bowling going to the free throw line. He's got 2 coming up. His first is good. One more coming up for Bowling. And that one's going to be good. 61-54, Pikeville over Ashland. 5:15 to go here in the fourth. Neal up top, drives inside. Tough shot, misses it. Misses everything. Rebound by Keene. He'll go down to Hall at midcourt. And back up to Keene up top. Ashland down 7, 4:57 to go in this one. Keene against Clark. And Keene looking. Keene drives inside, fakes against Clark, goes up, misses it, rebound by Smith. He goes it down to Neal, drives Neal into the lane, back out to Smith for 3, and missed it. Rebound tipped up by Owens, he comes down with it, and he's fouled by Keene. 4:25 to go in this one, Ashland down by 7. And Neal will inbound from underneath. That's going to be the second foul on Keene, the team's second. Neal to inbound over to Clark and back to Neal. Lobbed over to Smith on the near side. Back to Neal. He's going to take a 3 from way out and get it. 61-57, Pikeville leading Ashland with 4:13 to go in this one. Ashland back to the 1-2-2 full court zone. And thrown to Sloan at midcourt. He's going to drive against Clark, put it up. And Clark called for a blocking foul, which, I call it the way I'm seeing it, and Clark was not in position. That's a good call. So he's going to go to the line. That's going to be, the bad thing is, that's going to be Clark's 4th personal foul. So Cole Sloan will go to the free throw line where he's been 4 of 5 so far tonight. And he hits that one, 5 for 6. I'm curious to see, he was 5 for 17, and I just don't see how at this point, seeing him from the free throw line coming in. He's going to miss that one. He's missed 2 so far. Outshot 70% tonight. Ashland could go 2 or 3 for 1 here as Neal drives inside, feeds it underneath to Clark, who lays it in. 62-59. It's Bowling at the top of the press. Thrown over to Keene and back up to Bowling. Over to Hall. He drives in on Smith, lays it up and in. They beat the press, 64-59. Ashland down court, turns it over. Neal tried to threw a careless pass down court way over Clark's head. That's going to turn it over to Pikeville, 64-59. Pikeville leading Ashland with 3:36 remaining. Hall up top, lobs it across to Sloan. And Sloan against the press, throws it out. That's going to go back to Ashland, 11th Pikeville turnover. Here with 3:30 to go, Ashland trailing 64-59 with the basketball as Clark inbounds it to Neal. Neal against Hall. Screen from Clark. Neal drives in. Clark steps back, takes the 3, and missed it. Smith there to get the rebound, loses the handle. Hall deflects it out of bounds. Wow, they're going to call Hall for a foul. That's what I mean. It's both. I thought Hall had a clean deflect. That's going to be Hall's 4th, though. He's really good defensively, too. So, Ashland, a 60-second timeout. We'll be back here on 97.9 The River.
Hey Tomcats fans, with spring just around the corner, Ashland Milling Company is your one-stop shop for everything you need. For your yard, they offer 50-pound bags of weed and feed for only $39.95 and 50-pound bags of crabgrass preventer for $34.95. And don't forget about your garden. Ashland Milling boasts the largest selection of bulk garden seeds in the tri-state. Ashland Milling Company would like to say thanks for letting them serve you for over 150 years. Go Tomcats!
No down payment? No problem. Here at KFB, we make homeownership easy with our no down payment home loans. Whether you're buying your first home or ready for something new, KFB is here to guide you every step of the way. Apply today and take the first step towards your dream home with no money down. Restrictions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. KFB, the better bank. Located at Ashland, Catlettsburg, Louisa, Summit, and Wheelersburg. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ashland Tomcat basketball action on 97.9 The River.
We're back. Pikeville leading 64-59. Ashland will have the basketball. It's Neal, Hughes, Smith, Owens, and Clark on the court for Ashland. For Pikeville, it's Hall, Parsons, Bowling, Keene, and Sloan. Clark up top over to Smith. Bowling defending him tightly. Smith drives, puts it up, and in. Lead back to 3. Ashland's trail by as much as 10 in this half. Smith with 24. Hall against the press, lobs it over to Keene. He's at midcourt, gets it to Bowling at the top of the key. To Sloan in the corner, his 3 off. Clark skies up for the rebound, and he's running. Clark back to Neal, 3 from way out. Missed it. Clark underneath, skies up for the rebound, misses a shot. Thought he had it there, but missed a gimme. Rebound by Bowling. Over to Keene. 2:35 to go. Ashland down 3. Keene, mid-range jumper, off. Owens with the rebound. Owens feeds it to Clark on the run against Keene. Reverse lay-in, off. Oh, rebound by Hall. Ashland just a couple easy shots missed inside. This has been a physical game, though. A tough one as Hall. 2:15 to go. Pikeville up 3 with the basketball. To Parsons in the near corner. He drives against Smith. He's fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 2. Ashland down.
His second personal foul.
Ashland down 3 right now. And that is going to send Parsons to the line. Carter Parsons, he's 1 for 2 so far. But again, he's a 75% free throw shooter. That's going to be Smith's second foul. The foul situation right now, Pikeville has 1 to give as Parsons hits the free throw. Pikeville up 4 with 2:10 to go. But the foul situations, Pikeville has 1 to give before Ashland's in the bonus. Pikeville is already in the bonus. So any foul Ashland has, as Parsons hits the second, will give them 2 shots. Possession arrow with Pikeville 2. Neal against Hall, drives in. Set, jump stop out to Hughes. He drives out to Clark. Over to Neal in the corner. His 3 off. Rebound by Keene. They've given Ashland several corner 3 looks, and they've only gotten 1 to go. Bowling against Neal. And a timeout called by Pikeville. It's a full timeout. Pikeville up 5 right now, 66-61 with 1:45 to go. We'll be back here on 97.9 The River.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union now brings you all the tech that big banks have, but still has that personal touch of a member-owned community credit union. Apple Pay? Got it. Digital wallet? Yep. Message pay by text, online loan payments, even chatting with a real person, not a bot. Open accounts, sign documents, and manage your money all online. It's the big bank tech you need from the local community-minded credit union you trust. Metro Community FCU. Visit metrocommunityfcu.com today.
2025 has been a challenging year. Our customers have dealt with a severe inflation in the food industry, and we understand that, and we have reacted to that with the onset of our new Food Club label and our Craven Flavor labels. You have many opportunities of where to spend your food dollar, and we just consider it an absolute privilege when you choose to spend it with us. To all the members of the Food Fair family, customers, employees, we would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous and Happy New Year.
The Tomcats play here. 97.9 The River.
We're back. Pikeville up 5 with 1:49 to go. They have the basketball. They are in the bonus, too. If Ashland will go to the line for 2. They also have the possession arrow in their favor right now, should there be a jump ball or something of that nature. Ashland has Neal, Owens, Hughes, Smith, and Clark on the court. Original starting 5 as Bowling has it on the near wing. Up, and they jump him at midcourt. It's stripped out by Hughes. It's out of bounds. It's going to stay with Pikeville. So Bowling will inbound. Ashland came out in a 2-3 and then tried to jump the blitz at midcourt to steal it. It didn't work. Pikeville have it. Sloan into Bowling. Up top, Ashland staying in an extended zone. Parsons is going to take a mid-range shot, and it's going to go. Pikeville up 7, 1:31 to go here in the fourth quarter. Neal against Hall, back to Smith. Smith fakes, drives inside against Hall, goes up and in and out. Just a frustrating night for Ashland with some of those shots as Hall will get the rebound. He's going to run it up. Hall to the corner to Parsons. He's going to step back. Pikeville now in clock control. Thrown to Bowling. Hall's going to drive and go to the opposite corner. Inside to Pikeville and to Hall. Inside, and Sloan is wide open. He's going to get the bucket. Pikeville up 70-61 with under 11 to go here, or under 1 to go in the fourth. Neal drives, and he's fouled immediately. 14 foul. Next foul will push Owens. Again, that's... I don't know about it. Again, I don't know if Sloan was in good position, but that's going to be the fourth team foul. A bench warning called on Ashland. So no more fouls to give for Pikeville, though. The next foul will result in a bonus for Ashland as Neal has it. He's going to take it inside, loses the footing, and that might do it as it's turned over. Keaton gets it. Bowling over to Hall. And over to Keene in the near corner. He's going to drive, get trapped, and over to Hall, who drives it inside, throws it back out to Parsons at midcourt. And Ashland fouls him, and they don't call it. And now they grab Bowling on the corner. Oh, man, Owens, bad mistake there. Owens ran up and elbowed Bowling, and he got teed up on that. Not a good play on that. And that's going to send... I know it's frustrating, but you got to keep your composure, and Owens gets teed up on that. As now that's going to send Bowling to the free throw line for 2 shots, and the Pikeville's going to have the basketball with 27.7 seconds left to go, up 9. I mean, just a tough day. You know, I mean, there have been, in state history, there have been, I think, I don't know off the top of my head, I think 12 teams that have gone undefeated. I mean, it's not like you knew, I mean, you know, someone's going to beat you at some point. Pikeville hits the first as Bowling. He's going to go for the second, and that one's going to rattle off. It's pretty much academic at this point, and I believe Owens, he's done if I'm correct. I'm going to make sure here. Smith got called for the foul, his 4th. He reached out, and Bowling so they're calling it. So now Keene's going to go to the line, and he's going to have 2. He's going to hit the first. I don't know what that second. Oh, the common foul. That's right. Keene's going to hit the first. So Keene's actually shooting the technicals. He's going to hit the second. That's right, because Bowling, Owens, because Bowling had the ball on the far corner, and Smith went over there and just fouled him trying to get him to the free throw line, and then Owens threw the elbow. It's thrown into Keene, and he's going to take it and get fouled by Owens. Or no. No, they're going to call Keene for an offensive foul. I mean, this officiating is atrocious. I'm sorry. I can't hold it back. I mean, they called Keene for an offensive foul on that. Both teams are, Keene and Smith are down there laughing. Neal inbounds from under the bucket, throws it into Clark, who tips it in. 73-63 with 22 seconds to go here in this one. So 60-second time. We'll keep it here. Right now it's 73-63. Pikeville leading the Tomcats. And I mean, just wow. I mean, Keene didn't have the arm extended from, at least from my vantage point. But yeah, but again, Pikeville played a great game today, though. I thought early in the fourth, they came in and they hit some tough shots. A shot that Keene had with Drew Smith's arm out extended right in his face. I mean, they had a steal, just a careless pass in the backcourt that Ashland turned it over and hit the three. Parsons did, and that was what put Pikeville up 51-43. That I thought was a key play in the game. But Ashland just didn't seem to have, but I would say normally, well, they played 3 games in 3 days, but guess what? Pikeville did too. Pikeville just seems a little bit more composed, and Ashland, I think, gave right into their game plan when they started. They left the corners wide open for Ashland for threes, and Ashland just couldn't hit them. They did a good job defensively against Drew Smith. I thought they kept him from getting open from the spots he likes to hit him from. As now on the court, Strader's in the game. Him, Hughes, Smith, Neal, and Clark. And Ashland will learn from this. Be a good growing point for both teams. As it's inbounded to Keene up top. He's doubled and fouled by Hughes. 19.6 seconds to go. That's going to send Keene to the free throw line at this point.
At the line for Pikeville, number 0, Jackson Keene, shooting the penalty.
So Keene's going to go to the line for 2. That's Hughes' 4th foul. Both teams are in the bonus now. Possession arrow is with Pikeville. Keene's going to put the first up. It's good. And he's had a good game today, no doubt. Keene with 17, 26, make it 27. Now as Pikeville takes a 75-63 with under 20 to go. Neal over to Clark. He drives, throws it down, and he's going to get teed up for hanging on the rim.
Technical foul, assist.
And Clark, that might have been by deliberation. Clark just did it and walked right over to the bench, and that happened against Lloyd Memorial as well as he got teed up. I mean, he was hanging on the rim, no doubt. Parsons is going to go to the line for 2 with 10.2 seconds to go. He's going to hit the first. And they're hitting their free throws. Pikeville is too, which is certainly in their favor. Hey, it's the second. Pikeville's only listed as a 52% free throw shooting team. That's mainly due to Sloan struggling from the line. But again, he's 5 of 7. I have him at right around 71%. Yeah, Pikeville is hit. I'd say 70% of their free throws, and Keene's going to walk it out. And that's going to do it. So Pikeville will hand the Tomcats their first loss, 77-65, here at T.W. Oliver Memorial Gymnasium here in the finals of the Pikeville Invitational Tournament. We're going to take a break and come back here on 97.9 The River.
Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, located at 230 16th Street in Ashland, is a great place to go for scrumptious home-style cooking and a friendly family atmosphere. Choose from a menu featuring yummy breakfast, tasty soups, salads, sandwiches, and entrees, and don't miss their mouth-watering daily specials. Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen's open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., closed on Sunday. Come on down and enjoy a delicious home-cooked meal at Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, 230 16th Street in Ashland.
Primary Plus is invested in your health and invested in the health of our communities. With over 14 primary care locations throughout our network, including locations in Ashland, Grayson, South Shore, Vanceburg, and Moorhead, we are more than just a healthcare provider. We are a doctor in the family, caring for every stage of life, including pediatrics, women's health, primary care, mental health, and on-site pharmacies that are open with affordable pricing and exceptional service. Primary Plus is always welcoming new patients. Visit primaryplus.net to learn more about our mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care.
Looking for something more from your personal checking account? Then one of our new Community Trust Advantage checking accounts might be right for you. Our Advantage checking accounts offer great features such as ID Protect, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, travel and leisure discounts, and shopping rewards, which makes it easier for you to save money on everyday purchases. Learn more at ctbi.com. Get more out of your checking. Open an account today. Our friendly, professional staff at one of our many branches will be happy to assist you.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for a secure savings account? Come to Desco Federal Credit Union and explore our latest offers. With great rates and top-of-the-line personnel, Desco insures your money for at least $1 million. Relax and put your money where you know it's safe and growing. Desco Federal Credit Union is located at 1211 Carter Avenue and other locations in Ohio and West Virginia. Stop in or go online. An account at Desco is just what you need. DescoFCU.org.
The Tomcats play here. 97.9 The River.
We're back. Ashland loses 77-65. They fall to Pikeville in the finals of the Pikeville Invitational Tournament. We're getting everybody together right now for the presentations of the awards as they're going to present the all-tournament team and the championship trophies. We'll see. So starting for Ashland, the number 3, Elijah Neal, will come out. Neal, who had that great game yesterday against Expression Prep, 23 points, 12 assists, 6 steals. And he will get the trophy at midcourt. Congratulations to him. It's with Athletic Director Lucas Burchett of Pikeville. As now for Ashland, that's going to be number 12, Drew Smith, called up. Smith, who had 9 threes in the first game of the tournament, and had 33 points in that one against Juanita Baptist. Did a great job, and now he's going to be honored. And I may have one more here. For Ashland, number 32, Caleb Clark. Congratulations to him. Clark, who certainly had a couple big performances here, averaged around 20 a game in it and made his difference. And I had a couple blocks as well. And now, let's see, one more. So now they're going to announce for Pikeville, and that's going to be, no surprise, Jackson Keene. Had a nice game tonight, hit 11 three-pointers in the first round of the tournament. So he's going to come out to be honored. And now he was definitely their go-to guy tonight. And also number 1, Grant Hall. And just to go with Grant Hall for Pikeville, he's a short, scrappy guard that just gets after it, and he's a good example that you don't have to light up a stat sheet, but he came out and just attacked, and he made some big plays. The team feeds off him defensively. As now number 10, Cole Sloan, will come out. Sloan, who had a good tournament. He had 17 tonight for Pikeville. So they're honoring him now, but so they'll see if they do one more, maybe doing it, looks like maybe an MVP. And the most valuable player will go to Carter Parsons of Pikeville. Parsons, who tonight, I have him at 12-16. So he finished with a strong game. But again, just a tough, you knew coming tonight, as the Tomcats, you're on the road going against Pikeville. You're on a lot of things, for Ashland, just not going their way. And you just have to have the resilience. I just think Ashland got a little too erratic at times tonight. And instead of trying to play their brand of basketball, they let Pikeville establish the tempo. Ashland to go to midcourt now to be honored with the second place trophy. But of course, we'll see as they get teams getting their picture taken. And now as now Pikeville being brought out to be honored for winning the tournament. And I won't say Pikeville's not a deserving champion. They played hard. They missed one of their players, number 4, Caden Justice. You hated to see him go down with an ankle injury last night, and he's out there on crutches, but certainly we pray for him a speedy recovery. Pikeville now walking out, but that's where it goes tonight, folks. Pikeville defeats the Tomcats 77-65. They'll improve to 7-0. The Tomcats will fall to 6-1. And meanwhile, for the for Ashland. We're going to wait here and get Coach Bonner on, but going through some final numbers, starting with Pikeville, I had Keene leading the way at, let's see, Keene had 27. Just double checking my numbers here. I had Parsons at 17, actually not 16, 17. Sloan for them had 17. Bowling had 5. Hall had 5. So Pikeville finishes with that. Meanwhile, on Ashland's side, you had Smith who led the way. That's the thing. Outside, Smith and Clark led the way and just didn't get a lot of production outside of that. But Smith had 16, 19, 22, 24 on the night. Meanwhile, Clark had 22, and those were the only two in double digits for Ashland. Hughes had 7, Owens had 4, Neal and Lynch each had a 3, Strader had 2, and Ashland just has to, this is something they just have to learn from. And I mean, you never know, it takes sometimes events like this to get it to go. You look at the 1993 team, had their lumps. They finished with, I believe, 15 losses and ended up getting to the state tournament. The 2019 team finished with 18 losses, I believe, and something like that, and made the state tournament. It takes some reps sometimes, and sometimes some not fun experiences to continue to get better over the course of the year and, get to where you want to be at that point. So we'll see what Coach Bonner has to say. We're going to take a break and come back here shortly. You're listening to 97.9 The River.
You just can't stop once you've tried Scraggle Pop. Scraggle Pop kettle corn has become a favorite snack throughout the tri-state area, and they are now expanding beyond. This Christmas season, come visit Scraggle Pop at the Huntington Mall or get it from Food Fair and a number of great tri-state retailers. They have an assortment of delicious flavors like cinnamon, caramel, Chicago blend, and of course the original blend of kettle corn that started it all. Grab your favorite kettle corn blend along with frozen sweet tea, lemonade, or hot apple cider. Take home a beautiful Christmas tin for yourself or as a gift for family and friends. Scraggle Pop also offers mini sports team tins for the sports fan in your life. So check them out today at the Huntington Mall. Scraggle Pop now ships nationwide. Visit their website at scragglepop.com to send your loved ones a tin of their favorite flavor. You just can't stop once you've tried Scraggle Pop. scragglepop.com.
Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been providing accounting, tax, and attest services for the tri-state community and across the United States. Since 1951, individuals, medical practices, attorneys, corporations, Main Street businesses, local schools, and governments have relied on us for expert advice, tax preparation, and attest services. With offices in Ashland and Cincinnati, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby are here for your accounting and tax needs. For over 70 years, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been there for businesses in our community. They're here for yours too. Call them and let Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby provide for the future of your business.
Hey Tomcats fans, with spring just around the corner, Ashland Milling Company is your one-stop shop for everything you need. For your yard, they offer 50-pound bags of weed and feed for only $39.95 and 50-pound bags of crabgrass preventer for $34.95. And don't forget about your garden. Ashland Milling boasts the largest selection of bulk garden seeds in the tri-state. Ashland Milling Company would like to say thanks for letting them serve you for over 150 years. Go Tomcats!
Metro Community Federal Credit Union now brings you all the tech that big banks have, but still has that personal touch of a member-owned community credit union. Apple Pay? Got it. Digital wallet? Yep. Message pay by text, online loan payments, even chatting with a real person, not a bot. Open accounts, sign documents, and manage your money all online. It's the big bank tech you need from the local community-minded credit union you trust. Metro Community FCU. Visit metrocommunityfcu.com today.
2025 has been a challenging year. Our customers have dealt with a severe inflation in the food industry, and we understand that, and we have reacted to that with the onset of our new Food Club label and our Craven Flavor labels. You have many opportunities of where to spend your food dollar, and we just consider it an absolute privilege when you choose to spend it with us. To all the members of the Food Fair family, customers, employees, we would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous and Happy New Year.
Tired of seeing those dings, dents, and scratches on your car? Then you need to see McLeod's Body Shop, your trusted partner for all things auto repair and restoration for 45 years. At McLeod's Body Shop, they're not just in the business of fixing cars, they're in the business of turning heads. Their team of skilled technicians are dedicated to bringing your vehicle back to its prime, no matter the make or model. From minor touch-ups to major overhauls, McLeod's Body Shop has you covered. McLeod's Body Shop says, go Tomcats.
At Members Choice Credit Union, we believe your money should give you choices. That's why we've created My Choice accounts. Checking, cashback, and savings designed to match the way you live. Whether you're focused on building savings, managing your day-to-day spending, or planning ahead for the future, My Choice gives you the flexibility to do it your way. Take control and make choices that fits you best. Members Choice Credit Union, your money, your future, your choice. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, located at 230 16th Street in Ashland, is a great place to go for scrumptious home-style cooking and a friendly family atmosphere. Choose from a menu featuring yummy breakfast, tasty soups, salads, sandwiches, and entrees, and don't miss their mouth-watering daily specials. Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen is open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., closed on Sunday. Come on down and enjoy a delicious home-cooked meal at Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, 230 16th Street in Ashland.
Primary Plus is invested in your health and invested in the health of our communities. With over 14 primary care locations throughout our network, including locations in Ashland, Grayson, South Shore, Vanceburg, and Moorhead, we are more than just a healthcare provider. We are a doctor in the family, caring for every stage of life, including pediatrics, women's health, primary care, mental health, and on-site pharmacies that are open with affordable pricing and exceptional service. Primary Plus is always welcoming new patients. Visit primaryplus.net to learn more about our mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care.
Looking for something more from your personal checking account? Then one of our new Community Trust Advantage checking accounts might be right for you. Our Advantage checking accounts offer great features such as ID Protect, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, travel and leisure discounts, and shopping rewards, which makes it easier for you to save money on everyday purchases. Learn more at ctbi.com. Get more out of your checking. Open an account today. Our friendly professional staff at one of our mini branches will be happy to assist you.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for a secure savings account? Come to Desco Federal Credit Union and explore our latest offers. With great rates and top-of-the-line personnel, Desco insures your money for at least $1 million. Relax and put your money where you know it's safe and growing. Desco Federal Credit Union is located at 1211 Carter Avenue and other locations in Ohio and West Virginia. Stop in or go online. An account at Desco is just what you need. DescoFCU.org.
Primary Plus is invested in your health and invested in the health of our communities. With over 14 primary care locations throughout our network, including locations in Ashland, Grayson, South Shore, Vanceburg, and Moorhead, we are more than just a healthcare provider. We are a doctor in the family, caring for every stage of life, including pediatrics, women's health, primary care, mental health, and on-site pharmacies that are open with affordable pricing and exceptional service. Primary Plus is always welcoming new patients. Visit primaryplus.net to learn more about our mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care.
Looking for something more from your personal checking account? Then one of our new Community Trust Advantage checking accounts might be right for you. Our Advantage checking accounts offer great features such as ID Protect, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, travel and leisure discounts, and shopping rewards, which makes it easier for you to save money on everyday purchases. Learn more at ctbi.com. Get more out of your checking. Open an account today. Our friendly professional staff at one of our mini branches will be happy to assist you.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
You just can't stop once you've tried Scraggle Pop. Scraggle Pop kettle corn has become a favorite snack throughout the tri-state area, and they are now expanding beyond. This Christmas season, come visit Scraggle Pop at the Huntington Mall or get it from Food Fair and a number of great tri-state retailers. They have an assortment of delicious flavors like cinnamon, caramel, Chicago blend, and of course the original blend of kettle corn that started it all. Grab your favorite kettle corn blend along with frozen sweet tea, lemonade, or hot apple cider. Take home a beautiful Christmas tin for yourself or as a gift for family and friends. Scraggle Pop also offers mini sports team tins for the sports fan in your life. So check them out today at the Huntington Mall. Scraggle Pop now ships nationwide. Visit their website at scragglepop.com to send your loved ones a tin of their favorite flavor. You just can't stop once you've tried Scraggle Pop. ScragglePop.com.
This Christmas season, there's only one place to shop for gifts that sparkle. It's Pollock's Jewelers, the name you know and trust. Pollock's is the longest running dealer of everything Pandora, and we have the largest selection of natural and lab-grown diamonds for that perfect ring, a timeless watch, or stunning necklace. Our professional service and personal touch make every moment special. Visit Pollock's Jewelers, 913 Winchester Avenue in Ashland. Give them a call, 606-324-3197. Pollock's Jewelers, making your holiday shine bright for over 150 years.
This holiday season, Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe is the perfect place for gifting and gathering. Give the gift of deliciousness with gift cards from the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe. Buy $50 in gift cards and get $10 free. Buy $100 in gift cards and get $20 free. Planning a holiday party? Well, we've got you covered with 2 private spaces free to reserve. Call today to book your party at the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe. The holidays are better at the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe on the corner of Fun and 3rd Avenue in Huntington.
Ashland Tomcat basketball action on 97.9 The River.
We're back. Ashland falls to Pikeville 77-65 here at TW Oliver Memorial Gymnasium. And Ryan, I think just a tough night all in all. Just some shots didn't fall that normally do. Had some good looks from the corners at times, but just seemed to, I mean, it might be a loss, but seems like looking back, it's going to be a good learning experience.
Yeah, losing and learning obviously have to go hand in hand. We got to learn from this. My mind is reeling right now of all the different things that I could have done better. But yeah, missed a lot of good looks. I really felt like defensively they really just loaded up on Elijah and forced him to kick, and those shots just didn't fall. On top of that, quite frankly, I felt like Pikeville played harder than we did at times. There were stretches throughout that game where they just their effort exceeded ours, and that has to be the last time that happens. Whether we're at home, whether we're on the road. We've got to be the team that always wins. Whether we come out a winner on the scoreboard, we have to walk away from a game knowing that we won the effort category. And we didn't do that tonight at times. And I think that'll be a great learning experience for our guys. I think this honestly was a good loss for us because I think this group needed to be humbled. And, in my experience of coaching basketball, you're either humbled or you're about to be. And I think that was the case tonight. We got humbled by a really good, well-coached, physical, tough, gritty, together basketball team. They'll win a lot of games. They're good. They've got shooters. Quite frankly, I didn't think we did a very good job on Jackson Keene or Carter Parsons. I believe I might have this backwards, but I think Keene had 27 and Parsons had 19. There's no chance of beating them when those guys play that well offensively. And I'm really anxious to dive into this film and get it clipped out so we can look back at some things that we know we need to be doing better from a practice standpoint.
Yeah, because it seemed like at times, because they've had erratic stretches at times where they'll turn the ball over, and one of those I thought came in the third when they got that steal near midcourt. Parsons came down, hit a 3 to give them an 8-point lead, and it had just the shots just weren't. It had a chance. We were down 3, missed a couple chip shots inside, but yeah, good learning experience for the team. And I thought you, with some things that went on, I thought you handled your composure really well.
Tried to, because it's hard. It really is, especially when you're on the road in this type of environment. But I certainly at times could have done a better job because I want to send the message of poise to our players. There's so many positive takeaways from a loss like this, and very simply just the fact that as poorly as we played at times, we had some chances to really put this game within our grasp late and just miss some really, really high-quality looks. And it just, honestly, it just felt like one of those games where, you just kind of feel like they're late, that it's just not going to be your night. It's not going to be our night tonight. And like I said, very anxious to see on both ends of the floor where we could have been better. I definitely thought early on we were very content to walk the basketball up the floor. And that's really not who we are. And what that did, that allowed Pikeville to set their defense and really kind of figure out their help side positioning and where they're going to gap from and how they're going to load to Elijah. And we can't consistently continue to go against set defenses. We got to go against defenses that aren't set. I just think that we're better that way. And I think that once our tempo increased in the second half, we got higher quality looks. Just didn't make all of them, but not the end of the world. Very good basketball team that we have. I still believe that, and I know everybody else does too. There's no reason to hit the panic button by any means. It's just I'm excited to watch the film so I can figure out how we need to manipulate our practice script to get better in certain areas.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be I think the key. And like you mentioned, I felt like when it comes to that, when we come across, because we'll have some teams that can, because I felt like athletically, I felt like we had the advantage. And like you said, at times tonight, just we weren't able to we were going against those set defenses. And when that does happen, it seems like, because that usual side-to-side ball movement we're known for, it was more just quick drive and take it. And I think that, but I think once they see that on film, and of course continue to get some practices with those ball movement drills, I think we'll see we weren't doing a good job of getting the ball from side to side, like you said, and when we do go against the set defense, it seemed like, especially in the first half, we dug ourselves a hole because we were driving into 3-4 defenders every time, and then when we did make the decision to kick it out, we just didn't connect. And it's just one of those things that you hate it. It hurts, but there's still a lot of basketball to be played, and we've got the best post-Christmas tournament in the state of Kentucky coming up in less than a week, and I know our guys are excited to be in front of their home crowd. Yeah, and I mean, there's like you said, a lot to look forward to. I mean, there's only been, I think, 12 teams 3 teams that have gone undefeated for the whole year, and 12 that have gone undefeated for the regular season, I believe. So, I mean, everyone's going to drop theirs, and tonight it's I'll put it this way though, a lot of times a game like this would result in like a 25-point loss. Playing, and if we continue to improve, then that'll result in that. So next up, I mean, you got the guys are gonna get a chance to take a breather and catch up, and then St. Mary next.
Yeah, Paducah St. Mary, really good team out of the other end of the state. They've got an elite freshman player, good length, and what they do defensively is very different from what we've seen so far this season. So we'll give them some time off to rest their bodies and enjoy their families for the holidays. And we'll get back to work as we head into the AIT. Look really, really excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of good teams coming in. Jeffersontown, I know they won it all in 06. They're used to their regulars, it seems like, in the state tournament, and I mean, got some good talent coming up.
Yeah, it'll be a great tournament. A lot of high-powered basketball. I know I'm super excited about the matchup between Lawrence County and Simon Kenton. You got Coach Steiner at Simon Kenton, who's a Lawrence County alum, former head coach at Lawrence County. So should draw some good crowds, and the AIT personally is one of my favorite times of the year. It's like it's basketball Christmas for me. If my wife would let me, I'd just sleep in the gym. But I'm really excited about it. And like I said, I know our guys are excited to have a little stretch at home because we'll have 3 straight at home for the AIT, and then we'll have a really good George Washington team at home right after following the new year. So we're about to hit a really tough stretch in our schedule, but I mean, that's just kind of par for the course. That's what we do, and that's how you get better. We'll get better from this game tonight, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it takes sometimes. I mean, it's a tough environment, but coming into environments like this, and the neutral site games, environments like George Rogers Clark that we'll have later in the year, I mean, they're tough, but they help your team get better, and ultimately it comes down to that, to district and region, and that you're playing the best ball at the right time.
Yeah, that's all it boils down to, is you want to be playing your best basketball in February and March, and that's why we schedule the way that we do, because we want to know everything that we need to know about our group going into the postseason. And I think tonight was a huge, huge learning moment for us as a team, and that's exactly how we'll approach it.
All right, well, Coach, thank you for coming on, and thank you we had a good time up here at least, so it is a good trip for sure, and we sure to stay tuned. We'll catch up here starting the AIT against St. Mary. It'll be Saturday the 27th. It'll be at 7 o'clock starting that game, but be sure to come out for a full day of basketball. It starts at 2:30, where Hopkinsville will take on Jeffersontown to open up the AIT. Ashland plays at 7, followed by, there's one more. There's, Cooper and Henry Clay at 4, then Ashland and St. Mary at 7, and then followed by Simon Kenton and Lawrence County, another 15th region team at 8:30. So we'll look forward to a great weekend of basketball. We want to say thank you all for tuning in. A big thank you to Lowell Austin on the switchboard, and a very happy birthday to you, Lowell. And we want to say thank you, God bless, and good night, everybody.